Too bad. All right. Hey guys, it's Alex. We're live with some sweet, sweet bonus content. If you can handle that, I've got Evan, Scott, and Tony with me, and our guest Brian Bell as well. So we're gonna talk about what's been happening, and Nabashin will hopefully be joining us soon. We can hope.
Yeah.
But Brian, how's life? How's life treating you, man?
Life is good, man. Thanks for having me.
Of
Life
course,
is really good.
It's my pleasure, man. You're on like 60 different podcasts.
Right? Every second of my day is podcasting now.
you write for
Way too many sites.
40 different. Every time Twitter bio, it's like,
dang,
it's another one.
always adding something.
I appreciate
Always
it.
gotta keep hustling.
Staying busy is an underrated idea. So how do you like podcasting that you've just recently started?
I'm loving it. It's not the first time that I've been podcasting. I did a couple episodes of the Gamer Complex way back in the day. Old school with some podcast beyond and IGN podcast alums. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah,
I met at
that was
Podcast
good
Beyond
times.
300, so that's my point of context.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Cool. Scoops.
Can we
So
go spelunking with that guy?
can we go spelunking with that guy? Patrick Klepek, other scoops, unrelated to this game scoop.
Oh, I
Yes.
know.
Yeah. So for people watching the bonus,
I am on the Invisible Gamecast, which we just debuted our first episode last week, and so our second episode is tomorrow. And the podcast that I've been on a little bit more, we just aired our 9th episode, is called Region Free Gaming. We got 5 guys from 4 countries and 3 different continents, all talking games and movies and nerdy stuff.
That sounds awesome.
It's a lot of fun, but it's really, really difficult to coordinate time zones.
yeah,
We end up recording at 11 o'clock Pacific, which is great for 3 of us, but the other 2, it's 7 in the morning in Ireland and like 7 or 8 p.m. in New Zealand.
That's yikes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And he's a day ahead, so he's got that on us too. He gets to watch all these movies before any of us even know they're in theaters. He was just talking about seeing Days of Future Past last night.
Yeah, my roommate's going to see that while we're recording this podcast, so I'm actually giving up on going to see the premiere for this show.
Nice. Too bad for you, but nice for him.
Yeah, I want to go see A Million Ways to Die in the West.
I'm surprised at how funny that looks. I have faith in Seth MacFarlane, but I know that every once in a while he can just let you down.
Yeah,
So-
I know. And it looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sit down with a poutine and watch that shit. I think Alex died. Where's Alex?
I don't know. Alex died.
He's
Completely
actual dead.
He's dead. Tony killed him.
That's not good. He's the only one I know here. Well, I know you guys now.
And we already have on
No,
recording
Alex,
that he
we
signed
can't
his
hear
back
you.
away to me.
Alex.
The
is
other
gone.
time we didn't have Alex on the podcast, it was a ruin. It was
No,
bad.
man, we were fine,
I don't know why that keeps
Everything
happening.
can rebound.
dude.
Oh,
You're
I
just-
thought I inherited your Mac.
I'm still here, but I'm just sitting here talking and no one can hear me, and like I'm just sitting here listening to you guys. I'm like, well, it's not important that I'm here anyway, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Well, you can dream, Tony.
I can.
All right. Anyway, we're back. I was saying that I was not impressed by Ted. That's all I was saying to myself.
Yeah, Ted was not very
Yeah,
good.
I wasn't either.
I haven't seen it yet.
It just looked not funny at all. So I
It's
avoided it.
funny.
Oh, you didn't even watch it?
but-
No.
I went out to see it, but it wasn't my favorite thing.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things. Like some people like adored it, but I don't know. It did not appeal to me. But Million Ways to Die in the West looks pretty good.
Every time I saw previews for Ted, I kept on thinking of Naughty Bear.
Yeah. I would think about Colin Moriarty's weird obsession with that game.
No one should ever think about Naughty Bear.
No one should ever. You should avoid it, even with your mind. That's just a place where only sadness can come from. Yeah. So, what about the websites you write for, Brian? Where can people read your work?
People can read me at invisiblegamer.net, which is where the Invisible Gamecast goes up every week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do most of my PlayStation-related stuff for SonyRumors.net. Good group of folks there. We've got a lot of really interesting people at that site. A former member of the Tester show from PlayStation Network, and like people who hang out with Rachel Moore and Seth Hendricks, and so.
Because why not?
Interesting crew. And then I haven't actually posted anything yet, but I'm writing for videogamewriters.com, which is Brian Shea's website. He of a bunch of freelancing and official Xbox magazine and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Have you attempted to break out into the freelance world yourself yet?
I haven't, and mostly because I've got a 9 to 5, and it feels like if I were to do freelancing, I'd want to put that kind of time into it. So maybe once I get the courage to actually quit my dead end job and do nothing but write all day, I will try and delve into the world of freelance.
That's my life, is doing nothing but write all day. It's a solitary life, that's for sure. Mark Griffiths, who is watching our YouTube video live right now, in the comments says, Ted wasn't great, but I still enjoyed it. So there you go. That's the definitive answer. All right.
Good, not great. 6.5.
6.5. Would not watch again. Anything else, Brian? Life's treating you good?
Life's good. I'm going to Las Vegas next week, so you can't get much better than that.
Yeah, I'm going to Florida next week, and I am going to relax to the max. That
Hey,
is
guys,
for sure.
guys, I'm going to Maryland next week.
You will
Hey,
continue
guys,
to
I'm
be
staying
in
in
Maryland
Maryland.
next week.
Yeah.
Keeping it classy. Well, Tony, what about you? How's life treating you?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's work and making Ethan buy shit tons of comics.
Yeah, you are an enabler. You understand that, right? Like, you are
Yeah.
now the curse of me.
Yeah. I hope you're enjoying those comics.
I mean, like, he gave me some. He gave me a Godzilla comic, which it looks okay.
Yeah.
and
For
then-
reference, through me, Ethan's buying about 10,000 comics. So
And for other reference, Ethan is my roommate, who is currently very obsessed with comic books.
extremely obsessed with comic books.
So I guess he got the
how does that
Doctor
happen?
Who ones, Alex.
What?
I guess he got the Doctor Who ones.
He did get the Doctor Who ones. He already had a lot of Doctor Who ones, but he found like this series, Doctor Who series, that is like the Matt Smith Doctor with the Star Trek Enterprise, a la Jean-Luc Picard era, and it is pretty interesting. It looks good, but he got duplicates of them all, so he's probably gonna get rid of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you enabled him. You took him to some comic shop where they were selling comics for long boxes for $5. Just you can't see what's inside, but you can buy the whole box, and then
yeah.
It's like Loot Crate for comics.
yeah, it is exactly that.
yeah, there you go. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoy all those comics. Other than that, I am doing work, I am sleeping, I am hanging out with a female, I am avoiding Alex like the plague,
Yeah,
because Alex is the plague, and
it's a curse. man.
Literally.
yeah,
He
and trying to hang out with Scott unsuccessfully.
How is that unsuccessful, Scott? What are you doing? What are you doing wrong?
You see, that's the problem. I'm not doing anything.
Exactly.
You're done with school now, Scott. You have no excuse. Get on your Get on your bandwagon.
No, we just haven't done any plans yet.
Well,
Yeah.
then
Mostly
it's your
because
fault, Tony.
yesterday I was like, Scott, we should hang out, and Scott was like, okay, and then we never talked about it anymore. I count that as trying to hang out with Scott unsuccessfully.
All right, fair enough.
So it's that and magic, and that's it. So that is my life.
All right. Evan, what about you? I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks.
I know.
You finished school as well.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah, I
home
finished school.
now.
I drove home yesterday.
Mhm.
It was a long, boring drive as usual. Then
Coming
today,
back from Steakland.
yeah,
That
steak
sweet
land.
Salisbury College, full of them sweet, succulent steaks.
Yep, totally. And then
Do you ever have Salisbury steak at Salisbury?
No,
Do they serve it?
no.
They should. Because they serve that shit at UMBC in the dining hall all the time.
Well, we're not as fancy as you.
Is that fancy? Is Salisbury steak fancy?
I would not qualify Salisbury steak as a fancy food.
I think
might
they're
be a-
more insulted.
Fancy feast is more fancy than Salisbury steak.
Maybe not. Maybe like the good fancy feast, but like, I mean,
Like
Salisbury steak is
Gus
comparable.
quality food.
Yeah, like Gus quality food. My cat only eats the best of foods. If like a Salisbury steak is comparable to anything that's like a microwave dinner, you know, like where you see the penguin on the package and you're like, am I eating penguin meat? And then it gets
And you are.
and you are. It's a Salisbury penguin steak just drenched in gravy.
Yeah.
So you've never had a Salisbury steak, Evan? Is that what you're saying to
No,
us?
I have not.
You are
Oh
listening
God.
up.
Easy eat one.
The Salisbury steaks usually do come in TV dinners. I'm looking
Yeah,
at Google
they do.
image search right now,
It's totally true.
and there are like a lot of like really good Salisbury steaks that I'm looking at, contrasted to like really shitty, horrible looking Salisbury
It
steaks.
looks like a gross patty of disgusting covered in gray shit.
It looks like a styrofoam if you like poured Coca-Cola through it until it turned brown. Like that is where
Delicious.
it's at. All right, Evan, is it good to be home?
Oh yeah.
Did your
definitely.
roommate kill you?
No.
Are you sure he's not
What-
wearing your face
what-
right
what
now?
if I told
right
you-
now, Alex?
What if I
Right
told
now,
you that I
I'm-
didn't believe you?
It's like murdered suspect, Alex. I'm trying to.
You were the
investigate
only
my
one
own
excited
death.
for that game? Yeah, I knew that. No, I understand, Evan. Well, I'm glad you're alive. You have to
Yeah.
solve your own murder.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Evan? Anything good happen?
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we also played a lot of D&D this week.
we played. Well, we didn't
Whole
play
lot.
a lot.
A whole lot of
We
D&D.
played 2 hours worth, which is a short
Shit
session.
ton of D&D.
That is like minimum Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, we need to start another campaign so we can play more D&D.
That's probably gonna happen soon. So,
I'm excited. We should get
um,
Scott in on this shit.
I don't know
I'm
if-
down.
Scott's down.
All right, he says down. We'll make it happen.
All you gotta do is tell me where to be and when.
Yeah.
And then
Ethan was
I'll see what I can do.
telling me that he wants to play, so
I know. He tells me like usually once every 2 months. He's just like, "Hey, I'll play D&D someday." I'm like,
as long as my character can be named CL Green.
he can't name his green dragon CeeLo.
Why would you
Green.
bring that into this?
I refuse it. I'm a dragonborn. His name is CeeLo Green. His scales are green. It makes perfect sense. And I tell him,
And he says to everyone, "Fuck you."
yeah, it's exactly what he says.
And then
I'm-
Scott will be behind him like, "Woo-hoo!"
this is gonna be the conflict that draws me and Ethan to live in separate places. Like that's. Well, I'm gonna move out because he fucking wouldn't let this go.
And then he's gonna use your room to hold all of his comics.
Yes, that's actually what's going to happen.
Yes.
Well, that's the master plan because he needs to buy like 5, 6 more of those comics.
Yeah, but all I know is I left D&D the other day to go to work, and then they fucked everything up.
Oh, dude.
We didn't fuck everything up.
Uh-huh.
What do you even know what happened?
Yeah, Josh told me in the group.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Literally,
it
no, you
ended.
guys got knocked out, and then he was taking the orb.
No, that's not what happened.
That's what Josh said.
That well, Josh
I will
was
go to
wrong.
the page. I'm gonna go to the page right now and read this to you.
Okay, I've read
D&D
it.
night. It says, Tony Horvath, just so you know what happened, Zan and Jiraiya were promptly knocked unconscious after you left, and Jormund was in a precarious position. However, 2 guards showed up and ordered all weapons dropped, and the battle came to a standstill. The session ended with Marion walking over to your unconscious body and taking the orb.
You were knocked unconscious, but not because you took damage. Because you were given the status effect knocked unconscious. And
Right.
I was knocked out, but I stabilized, and I was about to roll to recover, but then fucking Chris let guards into the tower room, and then they were like, everybody put down your weapons, and then fucking Marion pulled some bullshit. This sounds like the nerdiest thing. I'm listening
Whatever,
to
man.
myself right now. Marion pulled some
D&D
bullshit,
podcast.
went up to your body, took the orb, and then Josh was like, and that's where we're going to end the session.
That's
And I'm
exactly
like,
what I said!
that is not what you said.
That as actual what I said.
That is not what you said. Josh is exaggerating.
Okay. Well, anyway, then Chris made a happy face and I made an annoyed face. And
Of
that's yes.
But we all
Now
leveled
Scott
up,
knows
so
what's happening.
so
Oh,
I
we
get a
leveled
new
up.
daily power.
Good.
That's what the point of the post was to tell us that we all leveled up.
Oh, I didn't even read the actual post. I just read the thing that that had my name tagged in it.
Shit. All right.
We should D&D over.
Oh, please, Evan, keep going.
I'm over
Google
Google.
Hangout.
Google
Yeah.
Hangouts? Okay.
or Skype. That'd be fun.
That's
What?
That is way more difficult than you could
D&D
ever
over
imagine.
Skype is really
Yeah.
fucking tough.
Yeah.
Because think about how difficult it is to get all of us to focus when we're in the same room doing the podcast. And yeah,
Which is
it's-
actually
right.
impossible. There's
Right.
no maybe in that scenario. There's no something gets done at some point. No, it's nothing ever gets done ever. And then I have to bark orders at people until they start recording.
Yeah, or think about how hard it is for all of us to be here at the same time to record the podcast over the internet.
Yeah. And then imagine that, except one person has a grid that they have to tell, and then people have to tell them where they want to move their characters.
And then
on
you
that
have to stay
grid.
completely focused for 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to stay completely focused for 4 hours.
Well,
D&D is its most fun when you're up to shenanigans.
well, yes, but it doesn't work if everyone's playing their own computer games
It,
or like Bejeweled in the background.
yeah, exactly. If Evan's like playing Bejeweled Blitz for 4.5 hours during the
No,
whole
dude, Evan plays
podcast,
Candy Crush.
No, I
it's-
don't play either of those.
If I hear Scott incessantly clicking in his podcast file, then I know he wasn't really there for D&D.
Nope, he was there for League of Legends.
He was there for the league, and that was what it was. Or Binding of Isaac, one or the other. Speaking of Scott, how's your week been, Scott?
Pretty bland. During my week off, I didn't actually make any plans because that's kind of me. I don't do that.
Yeah, man.
So
Scott just stayed home and didn't do shit.
pretty
I
much. I'm pretty sure school starts back up next week. Yes.
For summer classes, I think so.
Yeah. So that's. What
I'm doing like late start summer classes, so I don't know. Because I'm
Yeah.
going on vacation next week.
I'm not. There's 2 different sections.
Mhm.
I'm doing both.
Okay. Good on you. Alright, so you're just kind of doing nothing in your interim between doing something, to put it lightly.
Scott gets up, he plays Minecraft, Scott goes to bed.
Scott, do you still play Minecraft?
A lot more than that Minecraft, but sure.
Okay. What is your play schedule? What do you like get up? These are the stupid things that I play that I don't talk about on the podcast, that I just play with my friends.
It's Minecraft, Binding of Isaac. Don't talk about shit like
Scott?
Scott.
Scott,
What's
you're
going
cutting-
on?
You're cutting in and out.
Oh no.
Good thing we haven't started recording officially yet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, the things that I don't talk about on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon,
Of course.
Animal Crossing,
You still play Animal Crossing?
a little bit,
Okay. I'm not judging you.
not that much, not
Okay.
that much.
Just do your daily check-ins. Make sure your neighbors are happy.
Yeah, it's a lot of everything that's things.
And Scott's dead.
And Scott's dead.
Uh,
Scott, get an Ethernet cable. Be an adult.
I can't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I would if I could, but I can't.
You see like the little bar up there that says bandwidth usage? I don't know if you'll see it. But just
No.
okay. Well then, fuck it. I was gonna have you set it to lower. If not, just refresh your page, and maybe that'll make it a bit smoother.
I do not see that thing at all.
Yeah. Then reload your page, and then
Okay.
we'll round this pre-show out. I'm ready to start talking about video games.
Games.
Video games. I wish the option was here.
All of these daily powers are so weird.
What are you looking at? Oh, the new daily.
I'm leveling up. Yeah.
Okay.
I will be
Like
right
all of
back.
them have to
Take
do
your
with giving my target vulnerable 5 to something.
Okay.
So I might, and then like there's one that lets me give the target vulnerable 5 to a damage type. Save ends, then each ally within 5 squares gets resist 5 to that damage type until the end of the encounter.
That
Which
sounds
is
pretty
like,
good.
but Josh doesn't use elemental shit, so it doesn't matter.
It's true.
Josh has only ever once used a typed damage, and it only happened one time that he used that attack.
He uses necrotic damage a lot.
Well, necrotic is not one that you can get resistance to.
There you go.
So,
You
yeah.
fucked up then.
Well,
you
it
should have gotten
sucks
some
because
that
like,
resist necrotic damage.
I took feats that specifically did shit for resistances.
Well, you should have thought about how Josh does it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna retrain that. So, because you can do that when you level up.
There you go.
Fuck.
All right, I'm gonna be right back here. I'm gonna get a drink, and we will get started once Scott's back here and Brian's back.
Okay.
What if Scott doesn't come back?
Drains
Or
your
Alex doesn't
enemy
come
of
back.
strength when it
What if
attacks
Alex
your
doesn't come
allies.
back? Thanks for the pizza, Tony.
Yeah, dude.
I totally forgot Domino's.
Huh?
I totally forgot you work with Domino's.
Yeah. If
So-
you were looking at the pizza tracker, you would have seen my name.
I wasn't. My mom ordered it.
Yeah, I know. I looked at the receipt afterwards, and I was like, oh, that's why I didn't notice. Didn't say Evan the Walrus Wall on it. This kind of looks scary.
Then don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Still no Scott. What is Scott doing?
I have no idea.
Dude, I don't know. Deep freeze. Driving your blade home, you hiss a word of power, and white bone-chilling mist begins to seep from your foe's body. Until the end of the encounter, an enemy takes 1d10 cold damage when it moves adjacent to or starts its turn adjacent to the target. That's interesting, but not really all.
Apparently, I needed to install the plugin again.
Yeah, they updated the plugin.
Yeah, so that might have been the problem.
Yeah, I installed it on Tuesday when we did MUP. So it's been.
Why didn't that happen before I joined the show?
Yeah, it didn't happen until halfway into that podcast that it told me I had to update. So it was dumb. All right, we're just waiting for Brian to get back. I think he went to go grab a drink, and then we will get started. So make sure you have Audacity ready if you don't already.
I'm just gonna do this one. Choose power. Done. Did we get any magic items or anything?
No, we didn't. He didn't hand out any loot.
You guys need to loot shit.
Well, he didn't really give us a chance. The encounter
Yeah.
kind of like stopped halfway through because you weren't there and he didn't want to continue.
Yeah, I mean, do what I can. Alright, so items. What items do I even have? I don't even know what my magic items do. I need to look at that.
Sorry to people viewing the video, like Mark Griffiths. We're just hanging tight until we start the show. Alright, let me
now I
actually
have things.
check on something.
The weapon can be used as a heavy thrown weapon with a range of 5 or 10, or 5 to 10. If you have the spell Sword Bond class feature, you can call it to your hand from a mile away. Holy shit. Gain a oh, that's what that does. Oh, okay, cool.
Let's see if Mark Griffiths is posting any sweet comments. Actually, I'll just add this to this. Nope. Evan, what do you do all day?
What do you mean?
I'm just curious what you do.
Well,
Like
sleep.
today, for example, what did you do today?
I went
Other
to the
than
bank.
order Domino's.
I went to the bank. I went to Harris Theater, checked my schedule,
Okay.
and then I came home, played PlayStation for a bit, and
What'd you play?
started hailing, and then it stopped, and then I
What'd you
helped my
play,
dad.
Evan?
Battlefield.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about this.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you had played. You just grazed over it. All right. So then it started hailing. So did you just like look at the rain for a while?
Yeah, actually. Then I almost forced Tyler outside. Like I almost literally pushed him out there.
He deserves it.
hail.
Little shit.
Well, he wanted to go out there, so I was like, why not, right?
Yeah. How old is Tyler now?
I want to say he acts 10, but he's I think 15.
What?
Yeah,
He's 6 years younger than us?
yeah.
Last time I saw him, it's probably 2 years ago. So he must have been like 13,
13?
I guess. And I still thought he was 7.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened?
I said last time I saw Evan's little brother was maybe 2 years ago, so he had to be 13. And I could have sworn he was 7. Like,
Yep.
I would have bet money that he was still in the single digits. Are you all ready to go, Brian?
Yep.
Alright.
Good to
I'm
go.
gonna do a
That
countdown.
makes me glad that my brothers actually kind of grew up.
Yeah, I saw what Sean is the youngest one, right?
Yeah.
I always get them confused. Yeah, he looks like he actually got older. Anyway, I'm gonna do a countdown from 5 to 1, and on 1, hit the record button. All right?
Sounds good.
On 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Juan.
Oh, hold on. There was
Seriously?
an error. Sorry, there was an error. Delete your recordings.
Oh my God, Alex.
I have to reset Audacity. This never
Now
happens,
you
I
know-
swear.
Now you know how much
Check,
of
check,
a big
check.
deal it isn't.
I don't know why that happened. I'm sorry. All
Now
right.
you know how
That's-
much of a
that's
big
the
deal
best.
this isn't.
Yes.
Everyone has performance issues sometime.
Everybody does. Sometimes I just can't live up to the hype. All right, on 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good. Let's do this.
You're good.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I think right now is a good time for a mic check, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely, Scott. Definitely the best time. If you need to get a drink, do it now.
Or
Yeah,
forever
check
hold your
yeah.
pee.
So I will do that and I'll
Forever
mic
hold
check
your
at the
pee.
same time. Hey, doesn't a mic check normally require you to listen to that audio afterwards?
Yes, that was why I said ha ha in a sarcastic way.
Doesn't that mean I have to stop this? In
Oh,
order
oh.
to
Have you not done a mic check?
No, I'm messing with you.
I hate you. I keep getting voicemails from phone numbers that I don't know.
Listen to them.
Yeah.
Check this one.
Put them on the show.
Definitely.
We did that one time. We got a message
Okay,
from
alright.
some guy.
This girl. Here, let me just play my voicemail greeting for you guys, so you know what the fuck is going on.
Hi, you've reached Alex O'Neill. I can't get to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and a message, I'll get back to you.
It's pretty clear. You've reached Alex O'Neill. I can't get to the phone right now. Blah blah blah.
Wait, is this your voicemail?
This is my voicemail. So this woman has called me twice now and said, "Hi, Damien. I'm calling you to check with that resume that you submitted. Just call me back." And then she gives me this phone number, and Damien tells me, "Oh yeah, I submitted a resume and I put you as a contact, like an emergency or not emergency, a reference." And this woman calls me and greets me as Damien and refers to my resume that I submitted.
Either Damien put your phone number in the wrong spot, or she's dumb.
Oh, I think it's a little bit of both. Damien is a friend of mine for reference.
She must be a blonde then.
Wow, Jesus, really profiling there, aren't you?
Yes, a little bit.
You're probably right though. All right,
Yes, a little bit.
I've got my Mexican Coke. I'm ready. That cake looks good. Anyway. Oh God.
Dying over there.
Yeah, I gotta get the coughs out before we start. Oh, before I go, actually, Brian, do you have any news that I didn't put in the doc?
Let me check.
Yeah, because I think I got all the major stuff. Jesus Christ, Tony, we're not going to talk about all of this.
What?
Your list of
things?
games.
I haven't been on the show for like 4 weeks.
That doesn't give you fucking threshold to talk about everything you've ever played.
I mean, I'm just gonna glance over some of them.
And by that you mean all of them. Just glance over them, you'll look at them, and then move on.
Yeah.
My only the news that no one's gonna care about. Actually, I'm kind of excited for it. Is the studio that made Little Big Planet Vita? They're making a PS4 adventure game.
Oh snap!
Tarsier Studio. Or Tassier or something like that.
Alright,
I think it's
I'm hoping that
Tarsier.
none of you can hear the background noise.
I can't really hear anything. If nothing else,
Good.
I'll edit it out.
Good.
And then the other thing is the SingStar.
Yes, SingStar.
No one cares about SingStar but me.
Nobishin cares about SingStar. When he gets in, I'll see. Since we'll have 2 people on here. That
Well, I mean-
SingStar.
What have they done new with SingStar besides new songs?
You can use your phone as a
SingStar
microphone.
app. Yeah, that's kind of legitimately cool. And
Before that,
before that, nothing.
have they done something like pro singing, where not only do you have to match the pitch, but you have to match the octave as well? Like at least,
Oh snap! Scott's dropping fucking vocabulary
Like-
on me right now.
like at least.
I can't handle this, Scott. No.
Like,
I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna assume no.
Okay, yeah. Well, what they do is pitch is like the note that you have to hit. An octave is a range of those notes. You know how it repeats as you go higher
Yeah, I know.
after you hit a note? Every time that you repeat, it's a higher, going upwards, it's a higher octave.
Yep.
Yeah. God
So
damn.
far, you only have to match the note. For the longest time, that's how it's been. So, like, having a
Rock Band was.
standalone, right. But that's how SingStar is too, and that's how the singing works in both games.
Okay.
So
well,
it's
I mean,
like,
the problem. I guess you're right. They could just do a pro singer mode. And then the people that just want to play the regular mode can shut up and play the regular mode. I don't know.
like
Someday, Scott.
thing is so far, like to me, it seems like it's just with each new thing for SingStar is just new songs and maybe a few fun modes.
Yeah. We should save this for the podcast.
Yes.
I mean, I don't follow it, but I know that that's how the singing works in that because I've seen it before.
The one thing that I mentioned in our show last night was that the other game that would work great with a companion mobile app like SingStar is buzz quiz.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, extra buzzers.
That
Extra buzzers.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to go out and buy the goddamn $50 packs of buzzers.
Everybody has a buzzer.
Everybody.
That's the way they get money. Come on now.
It's true. I don't know. They could sell the app. They wouldn't do that though. All right, we'll start.
Dude, if they sold, it would beat out the buzzers 10-1.
It's
like,
true.
How hard could it be to make the app?
Not hard. If they can make a fucking microphone. All right, let's do this. It is Thursday, May 22nd, 2014, and you're listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am Alex O'Neill, and I am your host this evening. With me, I have Scott Guthier.
Hello.
Evan Wall.
Hey.
Tony Horvath is actually here.
What?
And Brian Nabishin Jackson is not here yet, though. He will be here. I promise you, he'll come. He's never missed a full show, like ever. I don't think. So this is the real trial of his standards. But today we have special guest Brian Bell from the internet.
Yeah, the internet. All right.
Brian Bell is on every podcast about video games you've ever heard, including the Invisible Games Cast. Is that correct? Yes, I'm looking at the bottom. And the Region Free Gaming podcast.
That is correct.
So, Brian, thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're going to be doing E3 predictions. We have some E3 predictions from you, the lovely listeners, as well as a voicemail iteration of E3 predictions from our voicemail maestro, Silver PR. And I have E3 predictions. Brian has E3 predictions. Scott has some good baseless predictions, and so does Tony. So
here's my first
dude.
E3 prediction. I
Okay.
am not going to E3 this year.
there you go. I've never been to E3. So
Really?
Neither. I've never. Well, Evan, what grounds would you have to go to E3?
Why not?
Why not? Just show up. Just be like, hey guys, you should let me into E3 because I'm really nice. And they'll be like, you know what? He deserves it. And then they'll just
That's how
let
I
you
got in 2 years ago.
There you go. Show up, be nice, and hope for the best. But yeah, it's going to be a fun show. I hope you are strapped in and ready. If you didn't send in your E3 predictions, I'm sorry. I put it out on Twitter for like enough times that you should have known to send in E3 predictions. But we do have some here. And if you're watching live, like you can every Friday on YouTube, I know it's not Friday tonight, but we'll let you know if that recording schedule changes. We posted the link to our YouTube video so you can watch our Google Hangout Live when we record these. So if you're watching live and you'd like to send in your E3 predictions, you may, of course, do so. To catch you up on what's been going up on the website, we have a couple of good things going out. Review for The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 3 is out. I mentioned it last week briefly, but Jarrett actually liked this episode, as did I. So, twist! A review for Child of Light is available for your reading ears. I know that didn't make sense. It wasn't supposed to. The first post from our newest writer, Charles Hood, is up. The long and short of it...
I just lost power. No, I
did you? Evan, I don't think you'd be here if you lost power.
didn't. My light's about to go out.
Okay. Well, don't lose power. A new post from our new writer, Charles Hood. His first post, the long and short of it, a debate over longevity in games. Charles is great. He's done 2 columns for us before, and this is his first official post on the writing team. It's very good. Asks a lot of good questions. Games get more indie or less indie depending on what you are buying. Rumors and speculation is my Alex Talks for Tuesday this week, where I talk about how people always overreact to rumors or jump on the bandwagon of this is going to be horrible and this is going to be great before it's even a real thing. So give it a watch. And Jarrett wrote a feature this week, timeless and frustrating tropes of JRPGs, where he kind of breaks down the biggest nuances but so repetitive tropes of Japanese role-playing games and Eastern role-playing games in general, and why they're just absolutely ridiculous. So check that out. That's everything. So let's get into it without further ado, let's talk about some video games. You know what? Evan, tell me what video games you've been playing.
Let's see. I've been playing 2048.
2048. What is 2048?
It's a game where you have to match the tiles to get 2048.
Oh, this the Threes clone. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
I picked that up and it's kind of addicting.
Tony's
Just
been
saying.
Tony, did you pick up 2048?
I mean, I don't know how you pick it up. It's free, but I looked at it for a good 5 seconds.
You download it and then you play it. That's how.
Yeah,
you
I
pick it
did
up.
that. I did that.
Okay, what did you think of it? How does it compare to Threes?
The Threes is way better, but it's a game. They both
Okay.
do the same thing. Threes just does it better.
So what's the difference? Is like one multiples of 2 and one multiples of 3?
In Threes, you have to combine 1s and 2s to make 3, and then you combine the 3s from there.
Mm-hmm.
In 2048, you just get 2s.
Okay. Just get 2s, and then you can.
Like,
keep
so
combining them.
basically, it's every time you move, like the tiles, you get a new tile.
Mm-hmm.
In 3s, it could be a 1, a 2, or a higher number, which could be 3, 6, 12, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
In 2048, as far as I know, you just get a 2 every single time.
Yeah, well, not every single time. You can get a 2 or 4, but those are the only 2 I know that you get so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to match those to get higher numbers, and then match those again. So you get 2048.
There you go.
All right. I approve. So have you played Threes, Evan?
No,
Okay.
I haven't actually heard of 3s.
Threes is kind of the original version of this game, and then everyone tried to copy it, and I guess 2048 was the most popular of the copies.
Apparently.
Correct.
Yeah, check it out. Check out Threes if you get the chance. Nobshin adores it, and Tony likes it, from what I understand at least.
Yeah, it's good.
So 2048, nice mindless game to play while you're, I don't know, doing something, doing
Yeah.
whatever an Evan Wall does.
When you're traveling or when you're bored.
Mm-hmm. You played a game for review that is not
I-
on this list.
No, because the review's not done yet.
Okay, well you can talk about the game.
I can. Yeah, I can now actually. Yeah.
So what do you
No,
think of 1849?
Yeah.
So many numbers.
1849. It's a city management game.
Okay.
It's not one of the best I've seen, but it's also not one of the worst.
Mm-hmm. So does it take place in the year 1849?
That is correct. During the California Gold Rush. Yes.
Okay. When things
Ooh,
were hot.
I'm intrigued now.
I mean, they
California
tell you
resident.
all about. They tell you about it in the game.
Brian is a Californian. Sell him on this game.
Do it.
Well, I mean, it's nothing special. You get
Game's okay.
This is really selling me on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is okay. I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, it's a lot of waiting.
Yeah, it is a city building game. So, do you like build a gold mine and then start mining for gold
Not-
and then building your
Not
town
right
around
away.
it?
Not right away. You have to have gold in the city before you can build a gold mine.
Okay, how do you know if there's gold there?
Say a lot of wait.
Just waiting.
Just
Are
all
you
waiting.
sure it's a lot of waiting because you're not entirely sure what you need to do? Because like
Is the game just like putting
somebody comes and tries to kill you.
you? Yeah, is your roommate trying to kill you in the game, Evan?
No.
No,
Okay, so you're just waiting to know if there's gold there.
Well, I mean, it's not all about the gold. You have to build farms and cotton farms and wheat farms and make food and wine and beer and whiskey and all that. Make your city prosper.
Okay. Do bandits try and steal your gold?
No, but you do have thefts, which you can prevent by buying policemen.
Are the police called cowboys?
No.
This game sounds horrible.
You only actually you buy the building and then they prevent crime.
Do they wear cowboy hats?
No.
What?
You don't even.
What is this Western game without Western things in it? I think Evan just got disconnected because he was so exasperated.
That is likely the case.
All right. moving on, I guess, until Evan reconnects. Scott, what have you been playing?
Let's see. A lot of old stuff. Let's see.
Alright.
Bravely Default. I found out what these things that I'm fighting actually do.
Do you brave or do you default?
Default before Brave, always.
Okay.
Unless you can sweep.
Yeah, I would brave every single level.
Brave everything.
You will get your ass handed to you.
That's true.
Sometimes I want to just have my ass in my hands.
Sometimes it's easy access to carry it around.
There you go.
Man, y'all just nasty.
You nasty.
Nasty.
Alright. Still chugging away in that.
Still chugging away on that. Yeah, it's for the vampire class, which is kind of the blue mage of the game.
Okay.
Which pain in the ass to do. As for the skills, there's a few that I would want, but at the same time, pain in the ass to do.
Gotcha.
And right now, the skill that I'm hating the most is a skill that goes ahead and does the boss's missing health as damage.
Ooh.
Like, you get one of those too, but how much health do you actually have?
Yeah.
But, like, the boss has... health?
Scott, just fair warning, you keep cutting out for me. I don't know if you're cutting out for anybody else.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
God,
Same.
I don't know what to tell you.
Alright, that's the best way to solve the problem.
Anyway, so yeah, what ends up happening is it caps out the damage at 9,999.
Yeah.
When you break that point,
Shush, Evan. Your time is over. God, I'm sorry.
when you go ahead and you break that point, there's no getting under that level. So it's an automatic one-shot whenever that boss goes and uses that skill.
Jeez.
And when the boss has 2 default points and has the potential to use it 4 times, it's just mean.
So he can instantly kill 2 of your characters.
4.
Oh.
The whole team.
Oh. So how do you protect against something like that?
You have to special chain him down before he can attack.
Okay. Oh yeah, I learned about this briefly. Gotcha. I haven't played a lot of the game, so...
So you have to grind him down before that point happens, and when it does, you have to burst him down afterwards. And if you don't have the damage threshold to do it, you can't beat him.
Gotcha. Rough. Very rough.
Woof woof.
Have you made any major progress in Bravely Default, or just kind of still doing the side quest stuff?
Well, what I do is, because the side quests are normally kind of short, I just go ahead and I do them, grab the job, and then I go through the game. This one is long and extremely difficult to do.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, yeah, I mean, it would be short if it weren't so difficult.
Yeah. Alright. Anything else on Bravely Default?
No, not really.
Okay.
You do learn that finishing the town is actually a very short process.
Happens
So,
quicker
like,
than you think.
yeah, like, it was done within, like, the first week and a half
Sheesh.
I was playing it. Yeah, and, like, I only have, like, 36 people in my town.
Okay. How many hours do you have into this game?
I haven't checked. I don't
40?
think I've actually turned this game off to check. Actually, no,
plus.
I'd be... Oh, yeah, it's definitely 30 plus.
Okay. 30 plus, 40 plus.
I'm
What's the
thinking...
difference?
I'm thinking 50 plus, 60 plus.
Okay. Getting into Persona territory. Alright. Is that all on Bravely Default so we can
That's
switch
all on
back to
Bravely
Evan?
Default.
Alright, Evan. You were telling us
All
about
right.
this shitty Western game.
It is bad. Basically, all
You
you
telling
do
us
is
it was okay.
It,
Yeah, you-
I said it was okay.
I told you there are no cowboy hats in it. You noticed that, and now you've given up on it. So
He's just revealing the clear reality that California is awful. Never come here.
So
I'm gonna
basically,
move out there. So that's really upsetting for someone like me.
it's wait till you have enough money to open trade routes, sell, buy a building, sell. It's literally a whole bunch of just menial tasks. It
Okay.
gets boring after 2 minutes.
Well,
Those
I live in
tasks.
what's
So
historically
menial.
gold country here in California, and that is my day-to-day.
he buys gold and sells it for hard cash.
Cash for gold.
I open up trade routes
Yeah.
all the time.
Just it's like literally your life is the civilization trade route screen. It's a mess.
For a couple of years, that wasn't too far from the truth, just because I played so much Civ 4. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Where do you fall between Civ 4 and Civ 5?
My computer can't play Civ 5 anymore, so I'm a stickler for Civ 4. I love what I played of Civ 5.
What happened to any more?
Oh, my PC is so worn down and beaten that it couldn't even play Gone
You
Home.
need to stop
on
beating
lowest
your computer.
settings.
Gone Home is a surprisingly demanded
sometimes
game.
it needs that bad.
Sometimes you gotta hit it, man. It's
Sometimes you just gotta hit it.
I tried the back of the hand, and now I've just gotten to the front of the hand, so it's gotten that bad.
Once you get to the front of the hand, there's no going back.
No?
All right. Anyway, Evan, what else have you been playing?
I've been playing Lego Star Wars, the complete edition. I've been going back and trying to get 100% on each level.
Okay, how's that
And
working out
it's
for you?
Kinda.
It's just kinda working
It takes
out.
me a couple runs sometimes to get everything, but I get it eventually.
Okay. You getting all those hot studs?
Yeah, I am.
Winky face.
Facey wink.
Winky face emoji.
I've also been playing Battlefield.
Oh, what? Evan playing Battlefield 4? That's a shock. How's
Is it?
Battlefield treating you? They patched in the player squads thing.
Yeah, they did, and they patched in Rent a Server now, so that's awesome.
Is Rent a Server awesome? Because when it got patched into Battlefield 3, that game became horrible, horrible garbage.
I mean, I haven't run into any major problems yet
Okay.
with the admins or anything, but I will hopefully. Not hopefully, but I will eventually. So far, I've only been getting dice servers. I don't think people really care enough to rent a server right now.
I'm sure they do, but they just don't care enough to publicize it.
Yeah, so
Which is probably a good thing.
I've been running into a lot of dice servers, which is good. I like dice servers better than
Yes. I agree.
everything else.
Yes.
What else? What else is new in Battlefield? Oh, they're coming out with a new expansion. I can't wait.
Dragon's Teeth, yes. Greg talked about it
Not
plenty
Dragon's
last week.
Teeth.
Oh. Not Dragon's Teeth?
No,
Is there
it's
some-
shoot. What's it called?
Well, if I'm wrong, if you're just gonna blatantly say that I'm wrong, and then
I'm looking it up right now. I'm like 95% sure it's not Dragon's Teeth.
Naval Strike?
No, that's that. Oh, it is Dragon's Teeth. Never mind.
Wow, see, you're just.
I
a
thought it
dick.
was something else. I saw somewhere else that I thought it said something else. Never mind. It
Okay.
is Dragon's Teeth.
All right. Are you excited for Dragon's Teeth?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We're moving on. Back to you, Scott. Thank you, Evan, for sharing your video games. Scott, video
All
games
right,
other
so-
than Brevlid Default.
Right. We're done with that. Let's see. Played some Melee, Super Smash Melee.
Okay, classic.
I am really glad that those games are short enough that TV glitch thing, we can get like 2 or 3 games before that becomes like an issue.
Okay.
Because like at this point in time, I can't get a grasp on The Last of Us to get past that part, so that's just not happening.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get that TV fixed, man.
I don't think it can be fixed. I think it's just done.
Alright, well,
Is it
It's a
an old
pretty old
tube
TV.
TV, Scott?
time to hook up
It's
a new
not
TV.
a tube TV, but like it's decently old.
I hear
Okay.
those 4K TVs are coming down in price.
Not down enough.
I have one of those old tube TVs that shuts off every now and then because the fan overheats.
That is overheating. I'm pretty sure is the problem here. Don't know why that's the problem, but
It's a
Pour a bucket
problem.
of water on it
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah, or slap it.
Does
as we've
great
learned.
things to electrical products.
Yeah.
Especially if you want a new one.
so that also means the Dark Souls stuff has all come to a halt.
Yeah.
Which
I'm sorry.
yeah, that all happened a while ago. So, but like, no, I have yet to be able to play a console game for a long time, and I'm actually starting to feel upset about it.
Yeah, it's starting to eat away at your soul.
Not that bad yet.
Okay.
And
Is your soul
then
becoming a Dark Soul.
what I'm real upset about is the Steam sharing thing. For some reason, it's not working between me and my brother anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's not good. So you can't play any of his 1
I can't.
million games.
nope.
Brian's
So-
actually correct. I'm just looking at a Psyche 39-inch 4K TV that is $500 on Amazon right now,
What?
which is absurd.
Of course, no one's ever heard of that brand.
Of course not. It's probably horribly unreliable, but
Absolutely.
the 50-inch
But hey,
version of
4K adoption rates.
it, yeah, the 50-inch version of it's only $700. So
Oh, $700.
that is much better than the list price of $1,500. So
Yeah.
there you go,
Or
Scott.
the
Get on that
list price
4K
of it.
bandwagon.
Any Sony 4K TV.
Oh yeah, you know the $10,000. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Nobshin has tweeted me, letting me know he will be joining us in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. So like, but other than that and that stuff that I don't talk about on the show that we already went over.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hopping between Prince of Persia games because those are the only things that are on my list, my Steam list, that I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
And like, I hop into one and I'm like, because I don't have a controller.
Yeah, dude, just get a shitty GameStop brand wireless controller and be sad about yourself.
But I don't want to be sad about myself.
They're like $15, and then you can play all those hot PC games.
$15 of sadness.
Or you could get like a decent Logitech controller for a little bit more.
Yeah, I just need to steal my brother's because I'm pretty sure he's not using it right now.
You could use
Go
that
do it right
one
now.
good
Take your computer
PS3
with you.
controller.
Yeah, I can't do that, Evan. Too much crap hooked up.
Yeah, very true. All right. Anything else?
Nothing that I talk about.
Okay. Brian, how about you? What have you been playing?
I just finished. Well, I finished a little while ago. Platinum run on Infamous Second Son.
Oh boy.
So, yay that.
Congratulations. Is that your first PS4 Platinum?
That was my first PS4 Platinum.
Congratulations.
Thank you. If I'd put any effort into the Sound Shapes Platinums on PS3 and Vita, I could have had one more before that. But that was sadly death mode in that game was my death.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Yeah.
So,
wonderful things.
so that I played for a
Well-
long time, but now nearly all of my attention is on MLB The Show.
Well, before we move on to baseball, what did
Yes.
you play first? Good or evil?
I always play good first,
Good man.
and then I play my evil playthrough on hard.
Yes, that's what I do as well.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you think of
But the evil ending for that game was pretty messed up.
I have not seen it. Nobishin has. What did you think of like the morality choices? I hear that they're not very good on the evil side. I've only seen one half of it, and I didn't think they were very good. But I've heard the comparison is that they just are unnecessary.
I've never been a huge infamous morality. Infamous morality is all too black and white. There's no middle ground at all in those games. So I don't have a problem with the choices that you make in Second Son. I just think they were kind of boring.
Yeah. They're all kind of the same choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, corrupt or not. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? And then at the end it's like, kill? Don't kill. And then they give you that choice twice, and that's it. The end.
Although...
Good game, guys. Good game.
Yep.
When you are given the choice near the end to kill one of the primary antagonists, or to let him go, and you choose to kill him, the fact that I don't want to spoil too much of the game, obviously, but the fact that there's something going on in a boat not too far from there, and just not the. You're not the nicest of guys as Delson on the evil path.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of a dick throughout the game as Delson, but you're really a dick on the evil side.
Yeah. It is...
Well, here's the thing about what I say. You know how the choices are black and white?
Mm-hmm.
How they flow through is not so much. I said this before, but you didn't hear it. But you know the bus scene?
Yep.
You know how there's whether you start out as good or evil, that bus scene always makes more sense when you're on the evil side.
Oh yeah.
And then when you're on the good side, it's kind of like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff that bugged me.
Yeah. That stuff could have been handled better. Yeah, Infamous, very good game.
Yes. Very pretty game.
Yes. That game is exceptionally gorgeous.
And I'm playing another pretty game right now, but I'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay. Baseball.
So lots of baseball. Yeah. I was psyched when they announced... I figured that PS4 would get MLB The Show because, come on, what else are they going to bring to it at this point?
Yeah.
And it's on every Sony console, except the PS2. It was on there forever, though.
Yeah, it was on there forever. They would send us review copies of that, the PS2 version, up until a point where I was like, listen, we will not review a baseball game, so you don't have to send these to us anymore. And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you always been a big fan of MLB The Show?
Yeah, I have been. It's a difficult baseball game. The first baseball games that I played on console, I played some RBI baseball way back in the SNES days. But then I was really a big fan of the MVP series from EA, and that was I played a lot of that on my GameCube because I was one of the few people with a GameCube, and there wasn't much to play on there anyway.
Yeah.
So, but when the show came out, I've always been a big fan of the series, and when it became the only baseball game to play on the market, of course I had to stick with that. So, and oh man, it's pretty. I'm going to talk about that other pretty game that I alluded to in a second, but this game is pretty.
Yeah, how does it stack up? Because my brother plays the baseball games. I've never really been into them. And
so the character
he
models.
loves them, so.
Yeah, the character models and the stadiums they haven't just been given a coat of paint for Ultra HD, whatever you want to call this new generation.
Mm-hmm.
But they've basically rebuilt all of their stadiums. So those screenshots comparisons they've showed in the past where they've got the PS3 version of Fenway Park and the really flat textured surfaces of the Green Monster, and then the like really high resolution, looks like you're at the park photos from the PS4 version. Those are pretty accurate. I took my PS4 over to my mom's for Mother's Day, and she's a big baseball fan herself. And I put on the game and just I started a game in AT&T Park, since we're San Francisco Giants fans here.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went into a replay mode, and it's the one where you can basically take the camera and run it all around the field. And I just did that for a couple minutes, and they were like, ooh, yeah.
Good
So,
stuff.
It's pretty. It's really, and it plays really well. Other than the online, I don't know how they've gone so long and just the online is still a mess, but it is, and there's no getting around that.
Still nigh impossible to play with your friends.
Yeah, I was helping my friend Gabe with his review for Invisible Gamer, and we could not for the life of us get into a match together. There's no way that we saw to just jump into a quick exhibition against one of your online friends. It just matches you up with someone else who's available. And then he tried setting up a franchise mode for us, and he couldn't figure out how to send me an invitation. And when he finally did, I didn't get the invitation.
Wow. So, mess.
Yeah, well. I'm spending so much time in the road to the show building my own player and working him up from the minor leagues that I don't really care about the online at this point.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
it's holding up to the MLB franchise.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So before we go on, Nabishin is here, so I'm gonna bring him into the recording.
Hello.
Are you ready, Nabishin?
Whenever you're ready.
All right. On one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Boom. Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey guys, Nabishin's here. What?
No fire. There's no fire. From
Wow,
here.
there's a knob
Yeah,
machine.
Sheen.
But we have all this
A
fire
wild
for
notion
you.
is the ride.
I got nothing. I got 0.
Are you
How's
just
Virginia?
exhausted from driving?
I've been driving since 2 o'clock. So
Knob machine has
I
been
just got
driving
here.
since I started working today.
Sheesh.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Di-
man.
You missed the cool story about how Evan ordered pizza for me today.
Yeah, and then Tony
Did he?
showed up and scared the shit out of Evan.
Yeah.
He didn't scare me. It just surprised me.
So I scared you. Got it.
All right.
I just forgot that.
He screamed a little bit and shut the door at his face. And then he went to give him the money.
Yeah. Evan thought his roommate had killed Tony and was wearing his face, and it was
Yep.
showing up to freak him out. It was weird,
Yeah.
but we'll get
Did
to
you tip
not-
them good?
Yeah.
He gave the general good tip, which is
General good
$5.
tip.
So like,
So he
there-
didn't give a friend tip though.
nope.
Oh.
Well,
Next time I
that's-
expect a 50.
then I'll ask for 45 back, Tony.
I can't. Somebody tried to ask for change for 100 today, and I was like, "Are you high? I don't carry that."
He probably was. He was ordering Domino's, so
It was some Asian lady in one of the new townhomes in Maple Lawn.
there you go. Let's just out her right now.
Yeah.
Find where
What's
she
up,
lives.
Asian lady?
You give her the standard, I'm not allowed to carry around that kind of money.
She was like, "Do you have a change for 100?" And I was like, "I only have $13 on me right now." And she was like, "Okay, hold on." Then she went upstairs and took 20 minutes and came back downstairs with a shit ton of ones.
She probably had a client over and danced for him a little bit, and then
Probably.
That's
Um,
racist.
Why is that racist?
not necessarily. Brian, what other games have you been playing?
So I just started Transistor,
Okay,
and I don't know if you guys have played any of that yet, but
I played it
At
a
E3?
PAX once.
Or not PAX, E3. Yeah, PAX.
Not PAX E3.
Not PAX, E3.
Definitely PAX E3. What?
Definitely P3.
P3.
Or EPAX.
P3.
EPAX.
6
So
of
we
one,
played it-
half a
We
dozen
played
the
it
other.
at EPAX. Yeah. So, what do you think of it?
Oh, I love it. I played it at PAX Prime last year, and actually got to talk with Greg Kasavin about it, which was really a cool highlight of my time there.
I extensively got to talk to Darren Korb about the music design and sound design of the game, and I was just like splooging. Like, you can listen to that interview somewhere, and it's just the first half of it
Somewhere.
is me being like, I love the Bastion music, oh my god. But yeah, he's really cool as well. So, first impression, what does it leave you with?
First impression, it's. I'm gonna go with 3 for 3. It's pretty. It's gorgeous. The design of that game is stellar. I will use even more superlatives if I could, but man,
There's no hyperbole here.
Right, not at all. I just like walking around that world. Like, I take time after I haven't gotten that far into the game so far. Because I've been on podcasts 24/7.
Of course.
But the time after I finish defeating an enemy and clearing a location, I just spend exploring the world and looking at whatever I can. And like Bastion before, they've just put this world together with so much care and detail. And I think that that's going to be a hallmark of Supergiant going forward, is just these worlds that you want to learn more about and to explore and to uncover as much as possible, and find secrets that they were hoping that you would look for but aren't, immediately obvious. And I'm very impressed so far. I'm not at all very far in the game. I'm probably about 45 minutes in, but
yeah. So, just coming off of Bastion, do you think it's too much like Bastion in kind of like the presentation, at least?
certainly in the way the style in terms of how you're moving from place to place, it certainly feels like Bastion. And sadly, because I don't have a 360, I didn't get to play a whole lot of Bastion, and the little bit that I did play, then my friend's 360 got stolen, and I couldn't play anymore. And I know Bastion's on PC, but again, my PC is awful, and I couldn't play it even if I wanted to on there.
You can play on a browser, though.
It's true. I wonder how that browser version kind of hits a PC.
I don't know.
I would think that the actual EXE would work better through your computer rather than the browser.
Yeah,
Probably.
Unless it's feeding input through a server.
it might. Like, I played it on a browser briefly, and it just played like the game normally played. But I don't have a grandfather PC, so. So does it feel different enough? Do you think?
I think so. The combat and the turn-based nature of the combat feels different enough from what little I played of Bastion to make it stand out a little bit. And I like the way that you move in that game, the way that you use combat as a way to move, and I think that's really a neat concept, and a lot of games do that, but this game seems to have gotten it down pretty well. I hear that later in the game that the combat can get a little bit repetitive, but we'll see how that goes when I get there. Right now, I'm enjoying it.
For me, when I look at that game, like, I could never really get my head like a good grasp of the combat. Like, I haven't tried it out yet, but like anytime I saw a trailer for it, I just could never get the grasp of the combat. But it looks somewhat similar to what the bat system was for Fallout 3, where like you just kind of freeze and like do and attack the way you want to. Would you compare it to that, maybe, or something different?
I would say that there are similarities, but enough of the enemies can move around after your initial attack that you have to be a little bit more strategic like there's one of the early enemies in the game that as soon as you initiate your first attack against them, they will move. So any other attacks that you try and make in that set of moves that you put together, you're not going to be able to pull off unless you've somehow anticipated where they've moved to on the map. So
Okay.
I can see where you're coming from, where it would seem a little bit similar to that, though.
Yeah, it has its own kind of flow. I played it in 2012 or 2013, not 2012. So I played it a very long time ago. The first, right after it was announced at PAX East 2013, and it was good. Like I really was impressed by it then. But yeah, I kind of stayed clear of it in this past PAX East because I was just like, at that point the release date had been announced. I'm like, I'll just play it when it comes out. I haven't gotten a chance to dig into it, and I probably won't until I get back from Florida, which is a pity. But I'm anxious to get my hands on it for sure.
I do really like the way that they've integrated the DualShock 4 controller with this game. Having the transistor speak through your remote, through the controller, and then having the light bar flash every time that he speaks is really neat. It can seem a little bit trivial and novel, but I like its implementation a lot.
Yeah, a lot of
They do that
reviewers say
for,
that's the best way to play the game.
Yeah.
Oh man, they do that for
Thief,
no the
Battlefield. But the only two games you play. So that's all I'm saying.
it's one of the PS Plus ones, Resogun. The
Okay.
person
They do that
speaks
for
through the controller, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I really like how they implement it there. Is that
I
how
actually
you've been
really
playing?
liked some of the implementation in Infamous 2, where when you would suck the different power sources from their objects, you would hear it come through the controller.
Yeah, totally. I did not like the spray can implementation of.
Oh, I love that actually. That was one of my favorite things.
It kept messing up. Like I could never get it right. I think I got the trick of it toward the end of the game, but yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't working for me up until a point.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if it had Connect control, you would like it better.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe if it
I'm
had
joking.
Connect, I would have been okay with it. Because fuck all other motion control. No. Is that all you've been playing, Brian?
Just my usual go-tos. A little bit Spelunky on Vita, which I'm terrible at, but I still go back to.
I've been playing a lot of
Sweet
Spelunky
update.
this week.
Yeah, I need to play Spelunky again. I haven't played that in forever.
Yeah, man.
Let me write that down in the doc so I can talk about it some more.
I just remembered it because I don't even think about it at this point. I play it every week, so I don't bring it up every week.
You need to be like me and bring up the things that you play every week.
Yeah, because you're here every week, Tony.
Yeah.
Scott, we actually have a question for you from Mark Griffiths, who's watching us live on YouTube right now. He says, is Bravely Default demo a fair representation of the full game, or is the full game different?
I haven't played the demo, so you'd have to describe it. I could check before the show ends, but that would entail me playing during the show. Yeah, I think I'm
We
gonna do
wouldn't
that.
want you to do that.
Scott's like, yes, I'm doing this.
He just said that he wants to give Bravely Default another chance, but he played the demo and it rubbed him the wrong way. So
You'll like it as long as you always brave and never default.
don't do that.
I heard, didn't they say, Alex, like, if you play the demo, like, transfer over to the actual game? So.
The demo is apparently like some kind of prologue, and some of like the village progress that you make in the demo carries over, but I don't really know how that works exactly. So I never ended up playing the demo. I just kind of jumped right in the game, and I enjoy the game. So, yeah. All right, then if that's all, Brian, we'll move on. Uh-oh.
Yes,
no response. Yes.
Yep,
so.
that's it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then we'll move on to our resident Brian Nabishin. What have you been playing?
Just Bayonetta, pretty much. Nothing else, really.
Just Bayonetta. You have
Nothing
two
on the
others,
Vita
right?
because I stole it.
Yep.
Tony stole the
Like, for a week ago, like when I was doing the bachelor party thing. After the whole paintball and stuff.
How
and
was it?
After drinking, that was
Yeah.
fun. I was bruised all over, but it was
Yeah,
fun.
that happens.
I
I didn't
myself.
know paintballing was a thing Nabashin would allow himself to do.
It was for his
It was my best friend.
bachelor
I know,
party.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it was for my best friend, and he's been saying he's been like persuading me like to go to do paintballing with him since I knew him since the 6th grade, and I just never
So-
went.
and
Like,
you had
always
fun?
found yeah, I enjoyed
Good.
it.
Good.
I do it again even. Like if he ever invite me again. Of course he
I
would.
would
All right,
go with
Irrational
you.
Passions Paintball Adventure. Let's do this.
I would go with you.
Scott and Tony versus the world.
I'm okay with that.
I enjoy paintball. I've only done it once as well. My brother was big into
Although
it.
I'm warning you, Tony, we're gonna get creamed. It's I'm a terrible shot.
But yeah, you do get a lot of bruise. Did you ever get shot in the hands at any point, Nabashin?
I got shot on the wrist, not the hand,
Yeah,
and that hurt.
I peeked around a corner and someone just shot me right in the knuckle, and it ripped like all the skin off of 2 of my fingers. It was the worst thing I have ever felt. I had to have my fingers bandaged for like a week. It sucked. But other than that, and getting shot in the throat, which also sucked, it was pretty fun.
Oh, the money shot for our bachelor party was when the best man, not the best man, but the man of honor, Mark, my best friend Mark, he got shot right in the mouth, and like like he had the mask on and everything, so like it didn't like hurt him or anything like that, but like all the paint just went into his mouth, and it's like, oh, it tastes so good, it tastes so good.
Some delicious paint.
That's the worst. Oh,
I took a
that's-
picture immediately, sent it to his fiance, and she just loved it. Like, oh, she's like, oh, it looks like he's like sucked dog Chester Cheetah, or I think I said he blew a moon, but like, yeah, that works.
Both work. Well, I'm
Yeah,
glad you had
but-
fun.
Yeah, that was a great time. I enjoyed myself, and he was. I won't say he was completely surprised, but like it's been like years since the last time he went. Like ever since he's been dating Katie, I don't think he's been paintballing. So it was like not because he was like shutting her down or something like that. He's just been so busy. Like he was like doing his job at the movie theater and doing other stuff that he just hasn't had time to do. And like I just like, hey, I came up with that idea. I pitched it to the best man, Alex. He set it all up, paid for it, and everything like that. We all went, and we all just had like so much fun. It was great.
Good stuff, man.
But other than that, though, like after we went back and started drinking, big for bachelor party and stuff like that.
Like you
played
do.
some we played some video games. I played some Super Smash Brothers, Melee, and Brawl.
Scott played
We were
some
playing.
Melee this week as well.
Oh, did he? Why?
Yes, I did.
Why is the
My
right
brother was
question?
playing it. They wanted to show me the blender, which is you go ahead, you click Hyrule Temple, you get 2 links on the team. One stands on one side of the bottom, the other guy stands on the other side of that entrance dip. You don't stand on that outpost, stone circle, whatever down there. But yeah, and then all you do is up B. You just fucking chain up B.
That's
And
great.
that is the blender.
Okay.
Appropriately named.
I know we did the black hole glitch one time. That was fun just to do that, but like it's so much to set up for that. Just like just make like a whole like it had to be like box and have nothing but explosion, and then like they just make this little black hole in the Hyrule Temple,
Oh,
and like we had to fight around that, and like we try to knock each other into it, and like as soon as like someone touches, like they almost instantly die or get like 300 damage like instantly or something like that. So it was fun.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
a good
this.
fun glitch. But yeah, we played some Melee Brawl. Other best friend, his fiance, his wife, his wife,
His
yeah, his
Beyonce?
fiance.
His
Yes.
Beyonce.
Katie joined us as well. But she was out doing her thing, and then she joined us as well, and we played that. And then she was saying like, "Hey, I want to play some Double Dash." I'm like, "Yeah, we totally should play some Double Dash." Like, do you have Double Dash? She's like, "No." And I said, "I don't have Double Dash." Oh, my friend Travis has Double Dash though. I'll call him up and see if he wants to come over so we can play Double Dash. He said, "Oh, I can't come over playing with my nephew and stuff like that. I was like, oh, can I come over and get Double Dash? I went there, I got Double Dash. I brought it back with the GameCube and everything. And then like me and her brother and her cousin, we did this wrecking shop in Double
Played
Dash.
that Double Dash.
Yeah, I think we were kind of even in that game because because I never played with KB before, so I didn't want to trash talk before I actually knew how good she was, and then
Yeah, of course.
moved over my face. But I think we're pretty much even, and I haven't played that game in so long, but I just like switching characters and doing special moves and stuff like that, and everything was popping back to me. Oh, it's been years since I played this game, but I don't know what's with that game. Like every time I try to play that game, it only certain tracks work. It's so weird. It's I think we literally played that game to the point that it just doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. It just I don't know why. Because it just anytime we try to go to Baby Park, it just an instant error. Had to reset the whole damn thing. Same thing with Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road. All my favorite tracks I can't go to, but I can do I go to the Dry Desert. That's a great level. No, but that's something we did.
Yeah, I'll let you know I'm taking my Wii U with me to Florida. So on the 30th, when Mario Kart comes out, me and my best friends are gonna play the shit out of Mario Kart in Florida. So
I'm going to see how much money I get for this check this week. It should be over my rent and a little bit extra, and if I had a little bit extra, it's going to be all tomorrow's Mario Kart. It's not Tomodachi Life. It's either one of those two I'm going to spend it all on, so we'll see how that happens.
So I will let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
We will stay in Mario Kart radio contact.
Sure. So yeah, that's me. That's everything I'm doing.
Cool. Tony,
Hi.
what have you been playing that you'd like to talk about?
This past year since the last time you've been on.
This past
What's
year.
that? The past year? Yeah, well, I've been working, so whatever.
All right.
So I played. I made Navasheen, not Brian. Navasheen really proud the other day. I played Mass Effect 3 again.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
pretty
I
good
started up the game again. Started playing through, and I was like, I don't want to play this without a controller anymore. So then I stopped. And I haven't plugged in the controller to play it again yet, but it's only been a day, so I'm probably going to do more of that after the show. Other than that, normal stuff like League of Legends and all that, Dota 2. I got into the beta for Heroes of the Storm, the
How
Blizzard
is
MOBA.
Heroes of the Storm?
It is a MOBA that you would enjoy.
Yes, that is what I've heard from multiple people.
Wait, go back to Dota 2 really fast. Did you get the Stanley Parable voice pack for that?
No, I want it.
Okay. We'll continue.
I want it now too. Why did you do that?
Scott's like, I never buy things in video games, but I'm gonna buy this thing in this video game. But yeah, Heroes of the Storm is really funny. You can play as a siege tank. It's super casual. It's very team-based, and there's objectives per map, so it changes depending on what the objective is. It changes how you would play the game. It's kind of neat.
So it is a massive online battle arena, but
Yeah,
it
it's
does
another
not
MOBA
play
game.
like one.
Right, it plays more like a casual. I mean, no, it totally plays like one, but it's unlike any other one that is around right now.
Okay. Mark
it's
Griffiths says he also dusted off his GameCube and played Double Dash and Melee, so just putting it out there.
There you go.
Continue, Tony.
I played a good 20 hours of it, and I'm not bored of playing it yet. I haven't unlocked any new characters though, which is kind of scary because I played for 20 hours and I haven't got enough money to unlock a new character yet. But other than that, the skins in it are really funny. There's a Diablo skin that turns him into a Murloc.
Nice.
And there is a Pudge in this game. There is a guy with a giant hook that pulls people and then eats them. It's called Stitches in this game. He's pretty cool. You can play as Nova from StarCraft 2. You can play as a Demon Hunter from Diablo 3. All that kind of stuff. It's neat, and it's been a lot of fun so far. So that's a good one. I played some Minecraft. I played some Persona 4 when I stole Navasheen's Vita. I played some Diablo 3 with Scott's brother. I bought Fire Emblem Awakening 2 weeks ago.
What do you think of Fire Emblem Awakening?
Oh, it's
Ah,
good.
that's another game I can steal from Will.
Yeah, that game's good.
That game is very good.
I'll pass.
I haven't had a lot of time to play it since I got it, which is really unfortunate because I've been working all the time. But I've enjoyed the time that I put into it so far, which is I've gotten through like the first major conflict.
Yes.
So that, and my character got married to a redhead.
Somewhere, Harold is very proud of you. Right here, I am very proud of you.
Yep.
And Ryan's got
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, you told me already.
Oh, did I tell you about this already? I don't remember what I tell people.
You told me at D&D night, so...
Okay. So there's that. Skimming through other things that were good. I watched Free to Play the movie. That was a good movie.
Is that like indie game the movie?
It's made by the same people who did Indie Game the movie.
Two-player
And
Okay.
it's about the international, the Dota 2 championship that happened. I think it was the year before last year's. It focuses on like the people that go and play in it, and it was pretty cool. It's very interesting to watch. Free on Steam, I think. So, unless I just bought it forever ago and forgot that I bought it. And then a whole mess of iOS games because that's all I get to do when I'm working. So I played a bunch of threes.
Why'd you buy 3s when you had 2048 or whatever?
2048 sucks though.
Yes, I agree, but it's the same game though, I think.
Threes just does it better, and it was like $2. So I was like, I'll buy it because I'd rather support the people than the people who made a ripoff of it, and it ended up being way better. So I did that. I picked up A Dark Room after listening to the Bombcast last week. When I don't remember who talked about it, but somebody talked about it, and I played through the entire game, and that is a really cool like text-based game for iOS. It has no graphics. It's kind of like one of the things where you start with nothing and you build up, and it's like Clash of Clans, but it doesn't take 7 years to do anything. And it's surprisingly dark, and it's really like it sets a really cool mood. So.
Like actually dark or
No, like
thematically
actual dark.
All right. A dark room is dark. Who would have thunk?
It's dark in every way of dark.
Dark in every meaning of the word dark.
The black
every way of
levels
dark.
in that game are amazing.
They're amazing. I also played a shit ton of Puzzle and Dragons.
Yeah.
It still continues to be great. I played some Disco Zoo. I think I beat Alex in Funky Bus.
No, you didn't.
What's your high score?
It's like over 250 now.
Mine is that too. I play a lot of Funky Bus.
It's fucking great. Funky Bus is great.
It's
Fuck
fucking
everyone.
great.
What's your funky score? Oh yeah, you don't have the funky version of Funky Bus. You didn't put in
Probably
the effort.
not.
You didn't put in the time that I did.
Whatever, man. I still got the score.
Yeah, man, my score is
anyway.
still probably higher.
It probably is, but
This
I
is
also
this is Tony in my living room with Ethan the other day. He pulls it on. Ethan's like, "Are you playing Funky Bus?" He's like, "Yeah, I have to beat Alex's high score." That is his only driving factor in life. Is
it's
just to
true.
beat my
The only
high
reason
score.
why I'm playing Funky Bus is to beat Alex.
And he hasn't done it yet. So I'm sitting over here on my
I'm getting
high
close.
horse. Someday, maybe.
I just touched the bus 9 times.
I just play it for the music, because the music is so fucking good.
Is it a different music when you're playing it than what I get?
No, the funky
Oh, okay.
version of Funky Bus is different, but that
What is
music
Funky Bus?
Don't worry about it. It's secret.
Evan, you gotta earn it. You told me not to tell you.
Oh, is that
It's secret.
That's what you earn in Disco Zoo if you're the best that
Yep,
ever was.
I earned it.
Fuck you.
I earned it by getting Alex, who also earned it, to tell me about it.
No, you were like, why are you still playing Disco Zoo? And I say, I play it for Funky Bus. And you're like, what's Funky Bus? I said, look it up. They looked
So I
it
looked
up. And there you go.
Now Evan Wall is looking up Funky Bus.
No, I'm not. I want to go.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Closes the Google page even though I can't see it. And then finally, I started playing the Flow Free game with my girlfriend because she likes it.
What's that?
It's like this game where you hold on for
Play
people
as
watching
Flow
the
Rider.
video. For people watching the video, I'm gonna show you a little bit.
I'm going to Flow Rider.
Don't laugh at that, Alex.
So I'm gonna turn.
I
I'm gonna
like
turn this
Flow
on real
Rider
quick.
jokes.
I'm
He's an
turning
easy
this on
target.
real quick. All right, look at this shit. So you see these different colored dots?
This is playing really great on an audio podcast.
I know.
Just-
Whatever. Fuck those guys.
Wow. Jesus Christ. All right, well, we've
Here's
talked about
all
this
our
enough.
listeners.
All these dots, you connect them, and you have to fill the entire board, and it's hard.
All right.
It's not that
Am I-
hard.
It's pretty hard when you get to the 14 by 14 things with bridges.
All right, is that all you've been playing, Tony?
That's all of the games that I played in the last month.
All right.
Well, I have one thing to ask.
Okay.
Sup?
You finally using Horus?
No.
Is Horus
You
anything
tried
like...
No,
failed?
I'm still using Grodin.
What are we talking about? Bring me
Don't
a
worry
Puzzle
about it.
Dragons. We're talking about Puzzle and Dragons.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
By the way, if anyone wants to add me on Puzzle and Dragons, let me know. Hit me up. I got that Grodin.
All right. I've been playing some video games, although not much. I played a whole bunch of Spelunky because they patched the Vita version, as Nobishin was kind enough to let me know. He is my go-to man, apparently. Anytime they patch it, I'll never know. Nobishin has to tell me.
That's so true. Why is that?
I'll eventually figure it out when I see, oh, there's an update for this. I'll just click it.
update.
But Nobishin, like, literally, as soon as the news breaks, tweets me. He's like, did you know that there's a Spelunky patch on Vita? I'm like, fuck, I gotta get on this. So they brought it into parity with the PC version, so it has the Pro HUD and the toggle invert
prud.
run, and it has the sloth damsel now as well, which makes the most adorable of noises. That's pretty accurate.
I know. I practiced.
So I've been playing through again. I beat it like 2 more times again, just cause like
Alex.
It's
You have
so
a
much
problem.
fun. The Pro HUD is wonderful on the Vita. It helps in the way that it always helped, which is it tells you your time always, tells you if you're playing the daily challenge, and it is way less in the
Just
way.
in case you forgot.
Are you familiar with the Pro HUD, Brian?
Yep.
Okay,
I
good.
do know about the Pro HUD.
Have you discovered the wonders of the Pro HUD?
I haven't used the Pro HUD
Oh,
yet.
once
It's
you
pretty
use
good.
'Cause I'm-
the Pro HUD.
I am so awful at that game that I would just look at it and cry.
He says Pro HUD. Psh, I can't even use the Novice HUD yet.
How far have you gotten in Spelunky before?
I think the furthest I've gotten is World 3.
Okay.
That's better than me.
Hey, World 3 is pretty good.
Ice Caves is
Yeah.
good stuff, man.
And then I died.
One day. Just keep at it. One day you'll make it, I assure you.
One day you'll be a real boy.
One day you'll be a real boy and play Spelunky like nobody's business.
Nobody's
I'm
find
not
the
business.
ice king in the
so
ice
far
cave?
with that game.
What? What'd you say,
Did you
Nobishin?
find? That's good. Did you find the Ice King in the ice caves yet? That's new in the update as well.
Oh, I have not. Is there like a new character?
That's totally a lie.
Oh, fuck.
That's fine.
You fucking piece of shit. You toy with my emotions like this.
I said the Ice King. That's Adventure Time, right?
Yeah, but like I would have totally believed that there was a character, like
Right.
a unlockable character that was like a little Yeti man with a crown. Okay, I would have believed that. In fact, I did believe it until you told me it was a lie. So
And then you were really upset.
then I was upset.
I was about to ask you, like Adventure Time Ice King, right?
Yeah. Mark Griffiths says, just found the Ankh in Spelunky, but I can't afford it. What does it do? The Ankh brings you back to life if you die.
Yep, you should steal the shit out of it. That's what everyone does.
That's what everybody does. Even I
Everyone
do
steals
that.
onks. Gotta kill them shopkeepers.
So yeah, just been playing Spelunky a lot of it. I
Spelunks.
probably put in like another 50 hours this week or something stupid like that.
Alex, you have a problem.
I have 0 problems. All
No,
right, so the guy
that's not
that
a
plays
problem.
nothing but Battlefield 4. How's Thief coming, Evan?
I was
Mister,
gonna play
I'll
it
go
today,
back to
but-
it.
I was gonna play it today.
Now you just
I was
rolling.
like,
That's just me.
Now you're just lying.
I was going to.
Okay. Speaking of breaking out the GameCube, broke out Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles again this week, making more progress. Me and
Is
my
it like a GameCube week for everybody?
yeah,
I'm
just
curious.
for Tony.
I played GameCube today.
Really? What'd you play?
Zelda. What else do I play on
It's
GameCube?
true.
What? Crystal Chronicles is still pretty good.
Crystal Chronicles is real good. So me and my adventuring party, for lack of a better term, we have we're at the end of the game, and we're just like getting all the materials to make our best weapons and items at this point. We're 30 hours. Of
So,
game time.
have you taken them into the White Place yet?
Yeah.
So they know what it's like in there.
Oh yeah, they know. They know how fucked it gets. I told them, I'm like, we have the unknown element. We're ready to fight the final boss. When do you guys want to do it? And they're like, I just want to get my
what
best
was
sword.
the thing? We were so close to getting that thing right. What was it?
I don't know.
What did we need to do?
What, to get the unknown element?
Yes.
It's
What
like
were we missing?
the last thing is you have to like hit this thing that like the poem that you use as your hint guide in this puzzle is like they refer to it as an inn, but instead it's like a little broken down tent that you have to hit it with some kind of magic. So
No. Like we knew it before. I guess we didn't have the like we knew the thing, but we had the 3 rocks with the blizzard.
yeah.
We have to hit that with like Blizzaire or Blizzaga, right?
You don't actually have to. We thought we would have. You and I remember, thought we had to hit them at the same time, but you don't. You just got to hit them all at some point.
Right. But, so is the trick that you have to have all the hints before you can do it?
I think so. I think you have to wait until like a certain point in time before you can do it.
Motherfucker.
But like the literal last thing you have to do is just hit the flower with holy, and then it turns into the unknown element thing to put the chalice. In.
Well, yeah. Like there, like there's the 3 different things that you have to do, and like I remembered the red cloud mushroom looking thing. You have to hit that with fire. You have to hit the 3 stones with blizzard, and there's another spell that you have to hit with something else.
You have to use gravity on the little inn, and then you use holy on the flower, and that's it.
Right.
It's weird. It's a weird little puzzle. I like
But
that game a lot.
The game is really good.
Yeah. And then they ruined that franchise.
They did, and I'm really upset about it. Like, I played the games, and like, the reviews don't lie. The games were pretty bad.
But Scott,
Yeah.
do your hips lie?
I always. Scott's
Sometimes.
always- You sound unsure. But moving forward, because we have talked about.
I never knew my hips talked, okay?
for
I'm
a
weirded
long
out
time.
now.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, still a great game. If you haven't played it, if you have 4 Game Boy Advances and cords to use them, then maybe check it out. Maybe give it a try. I played more of Tales of the Abyss, nothing more to say there. I played some more Super Time Force. The game is growing on me more and more as I play it. It is definitely... I don't know, it comes off as really tedious to me, unfortunately. Which I think...
felt that when I played the demo.
I think that's not like that. It really does depend if you're into that kind of game, or not. But the problem is, like, I am really into these style of games. It is a little tedious, but I think overall it's fun. Overall it's solid. I'm gonna hopefully write a review on it and publish that. But I enjoy my time with it. It is very funny. I really like the humor in the game. It makes me laugh quite a bit. So. I played a couple more worlds in that, and they're very goofy. I'm a big fan of the presentation of that game. So, but that's all I've been playing. We're gonna take a break, guys. When we come back from our break, we will be talking about some news, and then we'll have some E3 predictions to share with everybody. So, we will talk to you guys in just a little bit.
A wee bit.
All right. So, Brian, if you need to get some water. Use the bathroom. Now's the time to do it.
Cool. Cool.
And then when we are all ready, we will start again.
Kazoo.
I need a new drink. So I will be back momentarily.
1 drink, not good enough for Alex O'Neill.
Never is it?
Option Jackson in the Virginia. How was that drive?
Super tired.
Yeah.
I was stuck in traffic for like 3 hours straight.
You do not sound like a happy camper. I'll tell you that.
I'm tired, bro. It was weird because like I was waiting for you to wake up to get the Vita because I didn't know you were already awake when I left. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at work, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know. So I was like, oh damn, and then I just saw the Vita when I walked out the door. I was like, oh crap! So I just went out. That was like 2 o'clock, and then yeah, there's just nothing but traffic all the way to like halfway there.
Well, that's when you hit rush hour, right?
Pretty much. I was good for like a good hour, and then like it was nothing. And then when I got to the second hour, it was like nothing but 3 hours of just traffic, and then the rest of the hour was just straight ahead.
Yeah, that would be rush hour for you.
Cards. This goes. Yeah.
So yeah, anyway. Donnie,
Yes, sir.
you really learn how to use Horus.
I want to use him, but right now I don't have enough team costs to build a team that will work for him.
All you really need is an echidna.
Yeah, I have
Right. We all good? We all ready to go?
Yeah, we're pretty
one.
good.
No, I have one. I haven't
Sure.
made her big yet.
Right.
I haven't made her into a big girl.
Okay. Well then.
Also, I tell you that Isis, whatever, she's
Yeah.
terrible.
Whatever, man. She's fine.
Also, Brian, if it's any consolation, Mark Griffiths in the comments says playing with the Pro HUD made him better at Spelunky.
Oh, well, that's good. I'll have to give it a shot then.
He said he enjoys that the screen is a little less cluttered. So.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. So, words of advice from our own amateur Spelunky goer fan. Alright, pull up the sound clip.
Bam, bam.
And, Nobshin, did I get all the news? Am I good?
I don't know. I even look at the news, bro.
Hyrule Warriors, YouTube. Amplitude is a video game now.
Is a real game.
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Wii U is going to have NFC. Metro is getting remade for PS4, Xbox One. Evolve is coming out October 21st.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm too tired to be looking into it. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. You've had a long day. That is not loud enough. Sorry. Now we can do News in gaming! Let's talk about some news, guys.
So, for the first time this week when I was listening to that, it actually sounded like Alex did it. Usually it doesn't sound like Alex did it. This time I could hear Alex saying it.
I hear myself just very clearly in it.
Well, you did it, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
that
you did it.
You did it! I'm sorry.
You should be sorry.
But yeah, usually it doesn't sound like Alex. But this time listening to it, I was like, this has to be Alex, right? And
gotta
then
be.
it sounded like Alex.
There's only one answer.
Apparently, you have to commentate on
only
it
be
every
one.
week now.
Apparently. That's our new Alex got a cat shit on his face, or Alex's nose got bit off, or blah blah blah, some tragic happened to Alex. Anyway, what's the
Hey
biggest
guys,
news?
heads up, Alex is still sad this week.
What's the biggest news that happened this week? I'm asking you all. From this list, don't get smart with me. Tony.
What did you
looking at
say?
Oh, smart.
What's the biggest news that happened this week from this list? I'm asking you. That's what we'll start with.
You're asking me.
I'm asking all of you.
I'm a fan of Hyrule Warriors, man.
Alright, so
I'm
some details came out
super
about
stoked.
Hyrule
Say.
Warriors, the Dynasty Warriors crossover with The Legend of Zelda. Already weird enough, well, it just got weirder. So, apparently, according to a Famitsu spread, the game is coming out in Japan on August 14th, which is, I think, much sooner than any of us anticipated, considering not much has been said about it. It is this Games Radar article is lovely enough to reiterate that this is a spin-off, not a real Zelda game. It looks like, just graphically, it looks like it takes place in the Skyward Sword era, but I'm sure that's just, that's the style that they went with. There will be other playable characters, most notably Impa will be a playable character, which is weird. There will be a cooperative mode, much like any Dynasty Warriors game before it, with a slew of playable characters, not just Link and Impa. This evil witch Shia is the antagonist, and she is a scantily clad evil Zelda kidnapper. So there.
Of course,
you go.
she's scantily clad.
And there are other villains to go with Shia, such as Valga and Wizro. And Wizro is possibly the best villain name ever.
It probably is just a Wizrobe from other Zelda games.
It looks like one.
Yeah, makes sense.
And other than that, just some details about how there will be multiple weapons
So
and
there'll
accessories.
finally be one of those in 3D Zelda. Cool.
Yeah. And there
I
will
don't
be...
know. At the same time, fuck those guys.
Yeah. There will be DLC for this. Aonuma is supervising the project. He was vocal in saying that he wanted Tecmo Koei to make the Zelda game that he knew he couldn't. The game has an official logo, but I guess it might not be Hyrule Warriors in America. It says it's not the final English name here, so there you go.
Did you hear about the biggest thing about that game, though?
What?
That there's no dungeons in that game?
Oh, snap! I did not hear about this.
Yeah, no dungeons, it's just fields and enemies.
That makes sense for a Dynasty Warriors game.
But does that make sense for Zelda?
I mean, it's
it's a Dynasty Warriors with Zelda shit.
Yeah, it's a Dynasty Warriors game with Zelda skin on it.
A Dynasty Warriors that had a dungeon in it wouldn't really make sense. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it does depend. I mean, I don't when I look at this game, I don't see a Zelda game. I see a game with Zelda aspects to it. I guess. Like when I look at Mario Party, I don't see a Mario game. I see a party game with Mario characters. So, are you guys excited for this? Now that we have a little bit more information about it? Tony,
What's up?
are you excited for Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah.
Why? What's got you excited?
Dude, you get to play as Link and then beat the shit out of a million things at once.
Duh.
Scott, what about you?
I've never been huge on Dynasty Warriors, so
Neither have I. I mean, I'll play this because it's a Zelda game.
I'm probably not going to pick it up, but we can hang out. Right?
We can hang out. We'll play it.
We'll get
What
on
about
that.
Brian,
man.
do you have a Wii U?
I don't have a Wii U.
Is
I want
this-
one though.
Is this going to be what sells you a Wii U?
No. No, this is Mario Kart and Smash Brothers are gonna sell me on the Wii U. This is not going to sell me on the Wii U.
Okay.
You should give Pikmin a shot.
I do want to play Pikmin.
Pikmin's bad.
Get
Don't
it
worry
for
about
free.
that game.
You can get it for free when you buy the Mario Kart 8 bundle.
Right?
Because I'm probably just going to end up getting the digital version of Pikmin so I can sell the disc version of Pikmin. So
And there
that's
you go.
what'll happen.
You don't want your Wii Party U?
You know what? Wii Party U doesn't exactly appeal to me. Surprise, surprise. Not at the top of my list. I don't know. I mean, this looks okay. It's good to know more about this game. It's good to know that it's still a real game because we literally have heard nothing about it since it was announced. And it is coming along like we saw.
Kind of like Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Oh, well, that game doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I'm positive. Like, that game is dead. If that's, like, the big reveal on somebody's stage at E3, I'm gonna lose it. Because that would be a spectacle to see, for sure.
Xbox One exclusive.
Now you can fight with Ryu in your weird Tekken 3D models.
Using Kinect that you can't buy with the system anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's Kinect only. That is the reality of that game. Oh
All
man,
4.5 million of you with Kinects now.
this
Use
weird
that.
future that we've spun together is horrifying. um, yeah, no,
Seems fine to me.
it's Hyrule Warriors seems okay. It seems like a decent enough Dynasty Warriors game. So, no skin off my bones. Amplitude is going to be a video game. Who's excited?
I didn't even hear
I'm
about
very
this.
excited.
Amplitude has, as of an hour or so ago, been officially funded.
That's
So,
good.
it will now be a video game.
And they
Parker-
announced some stretch goals
Yeah, it's
for the
coming.
23 hours they have left.
It's
Get to $1.2 million after you barely scratched 775,000, and you can get some online co-op.
there you go. They have 18 hours to go. They're almost at $800,000.
How big is the Vita stretch goal? Is that one?
They don't even have that yet, but it's probably the second stretch goal.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a lot of kind of like dismay earlier this week or last weekend. Like, even we said, like, hey, this might not be a video game, but like Nabishin said last week, it doesn't really incorporate the kind of rush that Kickstarters get, big Kickstarters get, at the very end of their campaign when the excitement and the possibilities are kind of like crazed. So, yeah, that end of Kickstarter rush happened, and now Amplitude is going to be a video game, and Harold is happy somewhere. Is anybody excited about this?
I'm excited. I backed it.
Yeah, I mean, I might play it when it comes out. I never played the original Amplitude, so
Neither did I.
I never had the nostalgia for it. But the soundtrack sounds really awesome. They announced that Anna Monoguchi and I forgot the other one,
Jim Guthrie.
Jim Guthrie, will be
Ted
on the
Price.
soundtrack. Ted Price will be on the soundtrack with that amazing
Yep.
Insomniac music video. So
I want some more POD.
there you go.
Get them back on the soundtrack.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm hesitantly excited.
All anyone knows of POD.
This is one song. What's the one I know? I don't even know the name of it. off
Was
the top
anyone
of my
else a
head.
little bit off-put by the amount of serious game journalism push and love to get this thing funded in the last day or two? I wasn't
No.
too upset with it, but there are a couple people who are starting to say, "Man, a lot of peer pressure here."
Yeah, I mean,
peer pressure for what?
like my thing is, I don't get the peer pressure because if you want this game to be funded and you're posting on Twitter that you should fund it, then that literally has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So I don't let it bother me. I can see why like people might get a little bent out of shape about that because there are a lot of people that write about games that are like, "Hey, this better happen because I really want it to." But I try
I'm
to.
sorry, Kathy McDonald is not a fucking robot that's just supposed to write reviews and not have an opinion or have strong feelings towards something. Yet I can spout something and go, "Oh, I can't believe Bayonetta 2 is coming out soon." So,
Yeah.
you know, oh, internet.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
that's Nabishin's opinion. No, I
Like I
agree
said,
with you
I
to
don't
an
mind
extent,
it.
though. Yeah, it's like people want something to happen, and literally the only way that this could happen is if the community supported it or spread the word about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, that's kind of part of the whole psychological and social aspect to crowdfunding is telling people about it and getting the word out there so people know it exists and they can make it happen. So, no, I'm not upset about it. It's
Yeah.
silly to be upset about that.
Did any of you guys fund it?
No,
No.
I'm on a non-Kickstarter lifespan at this point.
Yeah, same here. I did it once. It was good for what it was. And yeah, I just want to play complete games now.
Yeah, I just after backing the Double Fine Adventure, I just seeing as like that game was originally something I really wanted to review, something I wanted to play for review to write about, like I'm not saying I can't write about it, but after seeing kind of like the behind the scenes experience of that game and being so it felt even if it was existentially involved in that game, I just didn't feel comfortable kind of giving a critical perspective about it because I felt like I was a part of it in a way. At
Right.
least. So I've decided not to fund video game Kickstarters. That's just me, though.
That's a good idea. It's
Yeah,
only the
and for
second
me,
one
like
that I've done.
yeah, and like for me, like I funded Mercenary Kings, and I got the game for early access. That was my first exposure to early access. Like, oh, this game is great, but like I saw how incomplete it was, and not that I was had like zero faith. That was like I was actually wasn't going to be where I wanted to be. I just wanted to wait for it to be done. So I waited till it was done, and yeah, and I love the game now just because of that. And like that's pretty much where I'm just standing on right now. I just want to have a complete game, and that's just how I feel about it. Like I almost broke for Flying Hamster too, fun that, but like, and what happened to that? That got picked up from the publisher, and now that's getting made on its own. So it's kind of just a weird slippery slope now.
Yeah, if there was a Kickstarter campaign for Tomba 3 tomorrow, I would probably back it. But generally, I'm gonna say I'd rather not back video game related Kickstarters, or at least video game Kickstarters. I feel totally comfortable backing regular old Kickstarters because that's what they are. I've backed a couple of movies and whatnot because I'm a fan of that.
Veronica Mars, thanks.
Oh, I wish I had backed that. I'm sorry that I didn't.
Yeah, I wish I had known about Veronica Mars. I've only watched like very little Veronica Mars, but when I heard about it, it was like, oh, it's already fun. And I'm like, oh, damn. Well, I love me some Kristen Bell, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other thoughts on Amplitude getting funded from the other half of the roundtable we got here?
Not for me.
Okay.
Nope.
Super Smash Bros. Wii U will apparently have NFC things. I don't know.
NFC, what?
Near field communication, i.e., like
Skylanders.
Not for
Skylanders.
children.
Yeah. Not for children. So apparently, it's reported that some French Nintendo representative was like, "Yeah, there's gonna be Super Smash Bros. Wii U NFC stuff." He said this in an interview. So basically, the idea of NFC is like
Is
there's
this official or a rumor? Or not really a rumor, but quote unquote leak?
people are reporting it, like taking it as a report, not necessarily saying it's officially confirmed. But a Nintendo representative from France said in an interview, quote, E3 will be an opportunity to show the use of NFC technology on Nintendo consoles. NFC will be used in the Wii U version of Super Smash Bros.
I mean,
It's
we
gonna
already
go over great on a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that's like pretty official. But yeah, we had already said like if Nintendo's using NFC, they should use it in Smash Brothers. So basically, the idea behind it, Scott, since you don't know, is basically there's a chip in anything. It could be literally in anything. There's a video game person out there that has a chip in her hand, an NFC chip in her hand. If you scan it, you get a code for Deus Ex, because she's like, I'm a cyborg now. Zoe Quinn is awesome. And basically you put a chip in, let's say, a statue, like a Skylander, and then you put the statue on something that can scan the chip and recognize it and recognize what that specific chip and that specific statue is, and then it'll be zoomed and beamed into the data of the game. So it'll recognize
I got that. I got that part. I just didn't know what it standed for.
near field communication. That's all. So I imagine, like again, we don't know anything of what this incorporation might be, but I imagine you can buy trophies or assist trophies or items, maybe even, and scan them into the game and add them to the game.
I really hope they don't do characters.
I hope they don't do
If they do
characters either.
characters, I hope it's DLC.
Yeah, if they did characters, just make me download them. Or if you want to have it as NFC characters and downloadable characters, that's fine, as long as there's an option that doesn't involve me buying little statuettes of Super Smash Brothers characters. Even though I would do it. There's no probably about this. I would do it, but I would feel really dirty about it in like a weird way. Even though I've been fucking talking up the Skylanders hype train forever. But yeah, I think that's cool. Like I said, you should, if they're gonna use NFC, they should use it with Smash Brothers. So, Metro Last Light and Metro 2033 are getting sexified up into a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version, as Metro Redux. They're also coming to PC later this year. This summer, excuse me. So there you go. That's about all we know about it. Any big fans of Metro here other than Scott? Brian, you a fan of Metro? Tony?
I've never played the games, but
Metro's
now I have a good reason to.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Would you play it again, Scott?
I have only played Metro Last Light.
You played it on PC, so there's really
Yeah.
no reason to do that, right?
Right. But
Yeah.
like,
You, Scott?
Hmm?
You were like, but like, and then stopped. But anyway, I would play this. I never played Metro Last Light, and I kind of wanted to after Scott talked about it on the show. So.
yeah, it's weird coming from Metro 2033. Because at first you think it's supposed to be like a realistic sort of type shooter, but then it's completely not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Both games are going to run at 1080p and 60 frames per second. And it doesn't say if that's true for both versions, but I'm going to assume it is because it doesn't say otherwise.
I think I saw one report that said 1080p for PS4 and 900p for Xbox One.
I would
But
believe
that's
that.
just one report.
Yeah. But right now, as far as this joystick article is concerned, 60 FPS, 1080p, both versions. You'll be able to download each version individually for $25 or buy the total package for $50. So there you go. I don't know like why Metro 2033 is being redone for PC, but it is. So Evolve is coming out October 21st.
Yep.
There. I'm excited about the game. Evan, are you excited about Evolve?
I haven't even heard of it.
All right, you spoke
Oh,
up.
dude, come on.
It's a rare thing when you speak up, so I assumed you knew about it, but
No.
all right.
Come on.
Cool. They announced 4 new hunters today, which are the same classes but completely different versions of the 4 classes. So,
What are you
that's
picking
really
up for?
probably PlayStation 4, but I might get it for Xbox One. We'll see.
PlayStation.
It depends on where a couple of my friends get it on. So let's get into the big news, I guess. Apparently, YouTube is buying Twitch TV for $1 billion.
God damn it.
$1 billion.
That is exactly
Oculus
what I
is
thought.
looking at them and laughing.
Yeah. How much was that for? Like $4 billion?
$2 billion.
$2 billion.
We got twice what you got.
So, according to, quote, sources familiar with the pact, end quote, Variety is reporting that Google, specifically YouTube, has already reached a deal to buy the game streaming service Twitch TV for $1 billion.
Hasn't been
But-
finalized, has it?
The Wall Street Journal...
I don't want Google Plus to be in that.
The Wall Street Journal disputes this and says that the deal is being worked on, talks are in the early stage, and the deal isn't imminent. So, conflicting reports out there. Right now, it is a possibility, and it may or may not happen. But, of course, the internet is in a blaze.
Running with it.
Running with it is also an accurate description.
They have good reason to.
So, Scott,
Look
why
at what
would
Google
you...
Plus. Look at
not-
what Google Plus did to YouTube.
So, like, here's my thing. I put it in Alex Talks about this earlier this week. I think just assuming that even if Twitch does, or YouTube does buy Twitch, assuming that they will be completely synonymous and integrated with one another is jumping to a big, big conclusion.
It wouldn't. It's not. It wouldn't be. It's more or less like how you can go ahead and hook up some mobile games to your Facebook account.
Well,
That's
Like-
what I'm more envisioning, because that's what they've been for almost everything that a Google has. It's linked via Google Plus.
I know, and
I don't know. I don't know anything that Google has that isn't linked via Google Plus.
I know.
So it doesn't
that.
make sense that they wouldn't link it in some way with Twitch.
But my thing is, like, YouTube as a subsidiary of Google is apparently making this purchase, and YouTube has never made a giant purchase like this, as far as I am aware. Because YouTube has its own revenue streams and its own operations, even though it is owned by Google. And they run things slightly differently, even though they are very much incorporated into Google's social media services like Google+. But the thing is, like, one, let's take this all with a grain of salt because it might not actually happen. And two, I think just assuming the worst case scenario or assuming the best case scenario is assuming too much. It could happen. In fact, if you were to ask me my opinion, I think this will happen. But I'm not necessarily, like, concerned about it, because I don't know what this would mean. It could be a great thing, it could be horrible. I just think it's a little too early to tell. And I know that's like the cop-out answer, but
100%.
I'm hesitantly excited because we stream live on YouTube, like we are right now. And it might make that experience better. Like, they might actually integrate streaming from YouTube to Twitch, or vice versa, and that would, you know, open up ad revenue outlets and also open up viewership. And
Well, what I believe they would do in that case is that they'd overwrite their streaming setup with.
Oh, Scott's microphone.
But my face is up in it.
I don't know. It just cut out for a second. I don't know what to tell you. It could be the connection.
I don't know what to tell you either.
It could be Google.
This is sad.
Just blame Google.
Okay.
This is why
Google,
YouTube.
There you go. We already have enough trouble doing this goddamn show. Go ahead, Scott. Continue.
Like, my thing with it is, how much do I care? Not really. My use of extremely minimal.
So, in the end, it's not really killing you over there.
No, of course not. But worst case scenario for me is that Google Plus will be a part of it, and it's like,
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of multiple, very, very varying concerns. That's the word I'm looking for. Of like, well, I mean, when I stream on Twitch, I can just play whatever music I'm listening to, and no one cares. But if YouTube has all these super, super crazy copyright restrictions, so if YouTube becomes involved in that aspect of it, then I won't be able to stream music I like to listen to, because then it'll be copyrighted or whatever. Stuff like that, or just like people worried about the YouTube community and how it's a fucking garbage house, and that'll just pour over into Twitch and ruin
it probably
Twitch.
will.
But like, you say it probably will, but like, I don't know if that's entirely true. I don't know if when you log into your Google account or your YouTube account, it'll become your Twitch account as well. I think that's a big jump, because we're talking about hundreds of thousands of, probably millions accounts on Twitch alone, and just kind of bringing those over into Google accounts would cause a huge mess, and it would stop a lot of streamers from using the service. And if YouTube is buying Twitch to have streaming stuff, then that would completely defeat the purpose. So
again, it wouldn't be like that. Like, I had a YouTube account, right? Why it's
Scott's microphone.
Scott, you cut out for a second.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm upset now.
Continue while it's working.
Nothing
right now.
I can fix. Anyways, that old account is still separate from Google Plus. I don't know why, but it still is.
Yeah.
Am I cut out again?
No, you're good.
No.
Okay. But yeah,
Got
so
cut
it's
out
not
again.
like you
Just kidding.
have. It's not like you have to integrate it, but.
Buh.
You know what I'm getting at.
I do understand what you're getting at. I'm trying to avoid the unending negativity.
But like, at the same time, that's like worst case scenario.
Yeah,
That pretty much is worst case scenario. And how bad is that?
not the worst. Not the worst thing ever.
There you go.
Brian, do you have any thoughts on this? I don't know if you're an avid Twitch user.
I don't use Twitch all that much, and I've wanted to do more, especially with it basically built into both of the new gen consoles. And I've tried Twitch streaming a couple of games that I played, but you say I'm from the internet. There are not enough internets in the world that could get people to watch me play a game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
True. I understand that plight.
I think that I think you're right. There are positives and negatives that can go with both ways on this. But in the end, I think the biggest positive is that Google is going to dump a lot of money into a beforehand pretty niche, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Despite the fact that a lot of people watch Twitch, there are a lot of people who don't know anything about it. And the fact that it's made news for being a billion-dollar acquisition by YouTube is going to get more people interested in what this is all about. Just like Facebook buying Oculus put a lot more eyes on that technology and everything that goes along with it.
And Twitch Plays Pokemon put a lot of eyes on Twitch as well.
Yeah.
And you're right, like it is similar to this Facebook buying Oculus situation in that they can pour pretty much infinite resources into it because they have so many different revenue streams that it could make this small service from 3 years ago, Twitch TV, a very reputable thing that could and of course they're building their esports part of Twitch, could make esports like a very much more publicly recognized thing.
Absolutely. And the server farms alone that Google has have to help Twitch.
Yeah.
You just have to imagine that the resources that they have behind their technology will make that service better.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Nabishin, do you have any?
Nothing really, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Trying to stay indifferent.
There's nothing really for. There's nothing really that impacts me, and I can see the benefits and I see the negatives. Benefits is Twitch can run smoother, and it'll help out for the fact that they is kind of just like not really just farted out being in this console generation, but like everybody's using it now, so they're getting overflowed with so many different people just to put on their little shitty videos. And, not everybody's going to be like a giant bomb and have 1 million views, but just 1 million people just doing one video just to have one person look at it, and that'll make them just keep doing it constantly. So they're just going to get these big influx of people, especially since more and more people are buying these consoles, and more people are going to sign up for Twitch. So you're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So they have to do something. They've been having server issues for a while, so that'll be the benefit of that. And just the downside would just be just the content IDs over at YouTube that all their issues they're going through right now with people like Angry Joe or Total Biscuit just trying hey, I can't even post a video of my video, me reviewing a video game without having my stuff get flagged just because the publisher from some shitty game doesn't want me to show off my critique for the game. So that's also an issue in itself. So I don't know, just a lot of hoops and a lot of things to think about. So hopefully it all turns out for the best.
Yeah, that is well said. Evan, Tony, do you guys have any other thoughts to add?
I'm just surprised Nabashi knows who Total Biscuit is.
Shut up. Tony, you watch a lot of Twitch streams.
I do. My phone fucking blows up every day at least 12 times about people starting to stream on Twitch because I follow so many people.
I only watch one person. Not even all the time. I just watch
It's Irrational Passions. Yeah.
Yeah. All I watch is myself heavy breathing. I just put up a stream of that picture of the cat, the big fluffy cat with heavy breathing written underneath of it, and I breathe into the mic really heavily, and then I listen to it while I do it.
Have you seen the cat smoke?
The cat smoke? No.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Evan, what about you?
I mean, there are going to be a lot of hoops to jump through, and I don't know. I hope they keep it separate like they did with Google and YouTube, but you never know.
Yeah, Google and YouTube were relatively separate up until recently, up until the past couple of years, where they would force you to have one Google account and one YouTube account, and have them be connected. And now you can't even post comments without logging into Google Plus, which has been getting a lot of scorn for sure. So
quite a bit.
I don't know. Maybe this could cause things to be better for YouTube. Maybe not. Not enough to know.
I'm just pissed that I can't change my YouTube name, and if they let me use my Twitch name instead of my YouTube name, I'm all for that.
There you go. All right. Well, that's all for news. Let's talk about the Electronic 3. We're here. We are gathered here today. We have special guest Brian Bell. We're going to talk about what we think is going to happen during E3. The reason we're doing it so early is because next week we will not be recording the podcast, and the week after that we record on a Friday and usually release on Tuesdays. So then our predictions would come out after all the press conferences, and we would sound like literal idiots.
As opposed to the literal idiots we already are?
As opposed to the literal idiots we're about to sound like. Keep in mind, we are not industry analysts. We are fans of the video game industry. Some of us write about video games. Some of us don't. We are just some dudes that like video games, and we are going to make completely incorrect predictions.
And outlandish, because that is my job today. Impose on Greg.
Greg Blaney is not here, so
I have to stand.
Scott has to make baseless predictions in place of him. So, do we want to kick this off with a voicemail from our very good friend Silver PR?
Let's do that.
All right, let me pull it up. Does anybody have a quick prediction they want to drop real quick?
Nintendo constructs additional pylons.
So Nintendo buys StarCraft.
No. He means that they build server farms to actually fix their online system. Jeez.
That'll
come on,
happen.
Man. And then mine is Hyrule Warriors name for America. Totally going to be Dynasty Zelda.
Dynasty Zelda. 100%.
I should trademark that right now.
Right.
But wait, if you do that means they wouldn't be able to use it. Don't do that.
No, that means they'll have to buy it from me for a lot of money.
For a lot of money.
A whole $10.
$1 billion. Get those Twitch TV prices going. All right.
How's it going, Irrational Passion Crew? So PR here with E3 predictions 2014.
Woo!
I got 10 of them. So without further ado, let's start with prediction number 1. Microsoft press conference.
All right. We'll do these one at a time and react appropriately. Thank you, Silver PR. This is why you're our favorite.
Their first game for gold for Xbox One will be announced, and the game that will kick out the program will be Rise, Son of Rome. Okay. And everyone in the press conference, from the media, in unison, will die inside and get disappointed. Sorry for those that love the game.
Thoughts? Yay, nay? Rise, the first Xbox games for gold.
I agree. I think that might be it.
I would bank money it's gonna be Super Time Force, and
I'm still giggling about the win, Chad. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go off base, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be Power Star Golf or Zoo Tycoon.
Okay.
Because I have to be Greg, I think they're going to go ahead and dig up one of the old Dreamcast heroes. Power
Port it
Stone.
to Xbox One.
Yep.
Nobshin.
Power.
Didn't they already announce the games for Go? I thought that Max game was going to be the first game of Go.
I don't know.
I'll fact check it.
I could see it being Peggle 2 as well.
Let's go to prediction number 2. Also, Microsoft in their press conference will announce a standalone Kinect that 9 and will come bundled with a copy of Fantasia. Music Evolve.
Oh snap!
Since Harmonix, pretty much the developer of the killer app for the series of Dance Central games in the 360, somehow this announcement will be the happy medium for Harmonix to sell this game because, let's face it, they got screwed up in the ass once Microsoft announced a Kinect-less bundle just recently.
I can see
Let's go
that.
for number 3. In the EA press conference, Burnout Paradise 2 will get announced. Even though Criterion has become a shadow of itself in the passing of time, some way, somehow, this game is being developed. And with a need for speedless year at hand, I think this one be the more logical choice. Now let's go for number 4. Ubisoft will show in their presser some game that will drop our jaws.
I believe
just
this.
to make us wait 2 or 3 years in time.
I also
to
believe
come
that.
out. My money on this one will be like a Tom Clancy game, and perhaps it's that Patriots game
I was
that
gonna say
I
that.
believe it was scratched from the start last year on the news.
Bullshit, Silver PR.
Now let's go for number 5.
Oh yeah, keep it coming.
In the Sony presser, more indies will be the dominant subject once again.
No.
Keeping with this tragedy from last year, Sony will go ahead and give the opportunity to 10 more indie games and their developers to show their stuff on stage.
They announce 10 indie
Now
games
let's
every
go
other day.
It's very true.
Number 6. Once again, this will be the year that Where is the Last Guardian is the subject for some media outlets to members of the Sony press in their interviews. Okay, let's face it, people. This game will not be showed, mentioned, or acknowledged in any shape or form on E3. This game is dead.
I believe that.
Maybe if I get pessimist, maybe the universe will play one on me. And at the end, we all win.
Yeah.
Cross fingers. Now let's go for number 7.
He's only on 7.
Rockstar Games will appear in one of the major stages to announce something
Nope.
for the current generation of consoles. Perhaps will be a Grand Theft Auto 5 that will be shown at Microsoft, even though it's not going to be exclusive. Or
Monster
perhaps
Fate
is
Lieutenant 3.
that infamous Agent game that will be shown on the
No.
Sony presser.
That would be amazing, though.
My money on this one will be on a Red Dead Redemption 2.
Space
Or
Western,
Red Dead
For-
3.
Number 8.
technically.
I mean,
Gran Turismo 6 for the PS4 will be announced. Just for those out there that are looking for Grand Theft Auto 7, but that game is not going to come out
Grand
until
Theft Auto.
2018, 2019.
You meant
Yeah,
Gran Turismo,
this
I
one
think.
will be
Turi-
the one
yeah.
to kill the time for that. Until that comes out. Yeah. Let's go to number 9. Crash Bandicoot
a
will be
long voicemail.
unveiled for the PS4.
What?
If rumors from
No.
past months are true, the prodigal son of Sony will come back home. And Mark Cerny again will be in the helms for this project.
Oh, that would be
Now,
insane.
last but not least, number
That
10.
would be great, but it's not going to happen.
Not gonna
Sony
happen.
at the end of their press conference will announce a price drop for the PS4 from $399.99 to $379.99. Just to throw the fuck out of Microsoft. Sony will cut their losses and make this price cut just to undermine the price drop of the Expo without a Kinect.
We have multiple.
And all the Microsoft
Price drop
executives
guesses.
in a boardroom will have all their jaws drop. And once again, Sony will drop the mic for a second year straight. Well, guys, that's all my predictions. Let's see how many I get right. So PR
0.
signing out.
This is a 2-part voicemail for reference. He has some shenanigans he'd like to share with us in our email portion of the show. But
and I was right about the Xbox One games for Gold. It is with Max Curse of the Brotherhood and
Yeah.
Spartan Assault.
there you go.
It was the first one for Xbox Gold.
All right, so thank you, Silver PR, for those predictions. Some of them are pretty great. If honestly, if Sony's like one more thing and they just fucking Crash Bandicoot walks out on stage in that fucking shitty costume that they had back in the
With
90s
the megaphone.
with the megaphone, I would go insane. I would become rabid. That is for sure. Like, I would not be ready for that. If I had a list of things I was prepared for, that would be nowhere near
I would
it.
love to see a new Crash Bandicoot game.
Would you, though? Do those
Yeah.
games really hold up? No.
I like those games.
They're
Those games
okay.
were good.
They were good back in the day. Brian, how
You
about
mean
you?
this isn't back in the day anymore?
It's totally not. Brian, do you want to kick us off with some E3 predictions?
All right,
I'd like
sure.
to wrap up.
I don't know how I can follow that voicemail though.
No, I don't know either. I can get some wind chimes, just play a soundboard of that.
Right. Oh man. Why don't we start with the press conferences, and I'll just start with Microsoft. They're gonna have more Metal Gear Solid on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a fact. I think we're gonna see The Witcher on stage again. I think we're gonna see a lot of the same stuff we saw last year because none of it's come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we're gonna get a lot of Halo. So, man, I just don't know what big thing they can announce that's really gonna knock our socks off and be like, oh my god, I did not expect that.
Yeah. So here's my thing for Microsoft to go off on that. I think Phil Spencer comes out. He's blasting. He's ready to go. He's got all the energy in the world. He makes Don Matrick look like a geriatric, and he's swooshing his hair back and forth. And he's getting me pumped up. I feel like they're gonna have like a lot of third-party support, not a lot of first-party support. I think that's kind of a given. And I think if Fallout 4 is going to be shown anywhere, it's going to be on the Microsoft stage. Like that's
If anywhere, it would be there.
if it's going to happen. Like I don't think this weird bad press with Elder Scrolls 5 is going to make them get in Sony's corner at all. I think if Fallout 4 is happening at E3, it is happening at Microsoft, and it is going to be a damn fine demo. And they'll say it comes out this year, but it doesn't end up coming out this year. That is what I think would happen.
And they already made their play nice with Sony when they came out on stage and said the Elder Scrolls Online is coming to consoles.
Yeah,
Play nice. That game.
Who cares now? But
that game
Exactly.
which is coming out in December now. So like, good job. All right, Nobshin, do you have any predictions for Microsoft?
Like I've written everything down and I lost everything. So
You
yes.
wrote down all the rumors that have kind of been circulating
That's-
around there.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've been working on. I haven't done anything else. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any of these rumors that you particularly believe in?
Blah. Not necessarily. Like, Crackdown seems like something that would actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's been rumors for a Platinum game to go on there, and then they need to play nice with the Japanese, at least having Japanese games on their system, because they have none right now, so they gotta show at least one or two. It'd be weird if Project Beast was actually on that stage instead of Sony's, but
It would
whatever.
be.
Yeah, there's nothing else really. Like,
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 2 actually gets announced. That would be something what I would buy for my Xbox One, because that's more of an arcade game. And it looks
Yeah,
really good.
that would be cool. I think there's zero chance of Gears of War being shown. Like
If
maybe
it
a
does, it'd be
teaser,
a CG trailer, like if
Yeah.
anything.
but like if Gears of War gets shown, I'd be more disappointed.
Ruined
because-
my segue. What the hell does Gears of War have to do with Japanese types of games? Come
Well,
on.
no, he's just saying that as also, but like
Ruining my segue.
there's a bunch of Gears of War quote Lazarus rumors out there, and I don't think it's happening. Like I think they might say, hey, Gears of War's coming, CG trailer maybe, but like that game is no earlier than 2015, so because
I
it
don't even
basically
think
like
that.
it basically just started development, so I couldn't even see it coming out then.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I don't see a huge first-party push from Microsoft. Like Fable will be shown, Halo will be shown because they said it will be. Also,
Banjo-Kazooie?
Banjo-Kazooie would be shown, and I would like start crying probably. just out of just emotions just building up inside of me. But like no, I think it's going to be mostly third party. Like Brian, you had the right idea with Metal Gear, and then like I said, maybe Fallout 4. Any other Microsoft predictions from anybody? Evan, I know you've got all of them. I'm just teasing.
I'd say Red Dead Redemption.
You think the Rockstar game, if it happens, it happens
Yeah,
on the Microsoft stage?
it has to.
Rockstar's never really had a presence at E3, is my thing.
Yeah, that's the thing with Rockstar. And if it's someone's going to be, if it's going to be there, it'll be a quick mention. So I don't know, like if it'll be anything important. Like they're not going to do exclusive DLC again because that fucked them over last time.
Yeah.
It didn't sell all that great, so I don't know.
I think Microsoft's going to announce not a new Xbox, but a new Xbox bundle.
Some new bundle without Kinect.
No, just some new bundle that they think is better than what they have now.
So like something along the lines of the Titanfall bundle is what you're getting at?
Maybe something like that.
Buy an Xbox One with no games and get an Xbox 360 for free with all the games.
Yeah, there you go. Scott, Tony?
Well, you ready for the basis prediction?
I'm so ready.
All right. You know how,
No
how they
basis at all.
have. You know how they have. Well, there's one. There's one. But I take it away from you.
Okay.
All right. You know how they have the Summer of Arcade?
Yeah.
You know how there's kind of already a winter of AAAs?
Yeah.
I think they're going to name it that.
The winter of AAAs. And then they'll
Yep.
come out with like a big screen that says winter is coming and then just drop all the
God.
Game of Thrones references.
Or
Well,
go
they're gonna
really
do
old
that.
school with John Steinbeck, and they can call it the winter of our AAAs.
The winter of our AAAs.
But
If they
they're
did
gonna
that,
use
I would
to
shit
go ahead and
myself.
they're going to do that to go ahead and then announce their lineup. You know, do all their showing, but before they do that.
That would be pretty great. I know that's a baseless prediction, Scott, but I'm rooting for you. Tony,
Hey.
do you have any predictions as far as Microsoft's concerned?
Jeez.
You
No.
don't have to. That's fine.
You want to run through some of these very fast, Alex, just to see like what we think is like likely and what's not likely?
Yeah, sure. So Nobshin went through the extreme effort, props to him, of kind of conglomerating all of what is rumored to be at E3, whether it be from leaked lists or whatnot, of things that might get announced or might be shown at each individual's press conference and just in general. So for Microsoft, he found stuff, rumors for Rise 2, Forza Horizon 2, Halo Master Chief Edition, which is Halo 1 through 4 on Xbox One, Rare rebooting Battletoads and Perfect Dark, Epic's Samaritan demo, which is an Xbox One exclusive, new Twisted Pickle game. Wow.
Twisted
Gosh.
Pickle.
Again?
Twisted
Really?
Pickle Pack.
It's been like a year ago.
I know. Twisted Pixel game.
Twisted
Dekelsis,
Pickle games.
Titanfall DLC, Gears of War, Lazarus, Fable Legends, Project Spark, Phantom Dust, Sacrifice, Quantum Break, which was rumored to come out in November of this year, Sunset Overdrive, which will be in August, September this year. Again, these are all rumors. Platinum Games Project, quote, Rug Puddle.
It's supposed to be like a Beautiful Joe-ish type of game.
I can't believe I pronounced that, but I can't say Twisted Pixel. Crackdown Skyline, which would be a 2015. D4, The Division, Fallout 4, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Halo 5 Guardians. They announced Halo 5, by the way. Literally the day after we recorded.
Yep.
Fucking bullshit. And they said it's coming in 2015. So Nabish and I were right. Who cares?
They announced what?
Halo 5 Guardians coming out in 2015.
No, yep, you guys were right.
Most of these things, like fucking Gears of War, I can't see them showing off. Phantom Dust, Sacrifice, no idea what that is.
Phantom Dust is a game that came out on the Xbox, the original Xbox back in the day, and I don't know why someone thinks like, oh, we're gonna reboot this game and it's gonna be back because no one even heard of it. So I don't know.
It's like everyone thinking that Siphon Filter's coming back to PlayStation.
Gonna make it happen, guys! PS4 Siphon Filter! Siphon Filton is coming back.
Cypher Filton.
This rare
Second
rebooting Battletoads and Perfect Dark is like we want Rare to be the same what they used to be, so that's complete. Yeah,
Rare was just hit by layoffs also because of the poor sales of Kinect Sports Rivals, so like that's even less likely.
I don't know. It might be that one way to make them some money.
Honestly, like what Scott said about Summer Arcade, if they did a Summer of Arcade of just downloadable games for Xbox One this year, I could see them doing that, and I could see that being really awesome. So, if Twisted Pixel is doing something, if any of these downloadable sounding games are true, I could see that being a part of that. So.
Yeah, like the only things I see actually happening, the Master Chief Edition's kind of already been leaked, so that's pretty much already like a guarantee. There has to be a Halo game every year, so that'll be your Halo game of the year. But Forza Horizon 2 seems like as a definite, just because it seems like a game that they should put out. I could definitely see the Platinum Games thing, like I said, for any Japanese games on that system, so that would be something that we'd actually try to get. Plus, that's been rumored when he said like the Titanfall bundle thing was happening. They actually said like in the rumor doc that was there would be a Platinum game coming to there, so I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
And probably other thing, like Fallout 4 is the long shot, but like we said, if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be at Microsoft. And Crackdown will probably be something as well I can actually see happening.
Yeah. Were you
But
gonna say
that's
something?
pretty much it.
Were you going to say something, Brian?
Oh, I was just going to say that does it really make sense to put out another Forza right after you put out Forza 5? I know it's a completely different style of Forza, the Horizon games, but it just seems like overkill.
Yeah, I mean, I agree,
Well,
but...
Yeah, but racing games they wanted to make the racing games like a yearly type of thing. Because, like,
Well, we're getting
Well, they did
Project
have-
Cars later this year for PS4 and Xbox
PS4.
One.
yeah. And, like, Need for Speed comes out every year. And since the Horizon team is a different type of team, it's from the Project Gotham team, they're just trying to make, like an annual type of thing. Like, this is more arcadey. Horizon's more arcadey, and, the regular Forza games are more sim-based, like Gran Turismo. So, like,
Right.
like I said, if Horizon comes out this year, I would probably actually get that for Xbox One because I like arcade racing games. So that would probably be something I actually would pick up.
Yeah. I copied this list that Nobshin conglomerated into the doc, so you can view it now as well. Alright, let's move on then to off of Microsoft. I'll read...
Wait, actually, before you move on to Microsoft, I was reading...
Sure,
I was reading one of the emails, and I totally just thought of something that might happen with Microsoft. This is based off of Mark Griffith's email, but Sony has the PlayStation Now. I think Microsoft might be coming up with something to rival that, and they might announce it.
So like a streaming service for Xbox 360 games?
Yeah.
That could be cool. I don't know. I mean, Microsoft talked about it briefly beforehand, saying how they were going to let you play 360 games in some streaming capacity on Xbox One, but it was like such a short-lived thing, and then it was gone. So I don't know. All right, we'll move on to another email. We have a couple. One here is from Harold, our good friend Harold Price at USFHBomb on Twitter. He says, "What's up?" as he normally does.
What's up?
You want E3 predictions? I've got E3 predictions. Here we go. 1. Harmonix announces yet another game. 2. PS4 price drops to $350. 3. GPD buys pants. Everybody loves GPD. 4. Microsoft press event is underwhelming. I doubt it.
Seriously, doubt that.
5.
Well, for him, so that's probably a guarantee.
Better not be.
This is again from Harold's biased perspective. 5. Amplitude is mentioned, probably just casually during Sony's press event. 6. Smash Bros. Fighter list is finalized. Additions include Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening, Ness, Captain Falcon, and no Ice Climbers. 7. Nintendo announces new installments for at least 3 of the following: Metroid, Star Fox, F-Zero, Punch-Out, Kid Icarus, Mach Rider, Clu Clu Land. What? Star Tropics and Donkey Konga. Donkey Konga.
Tablet? No.
On the tablet. 8. Mario Kart 8 DLC. 9. No love for Nintendo from Ubisoft and EA. Kind of already semi-confirmed. Not a lot of Wii U support all around. 10. Little Big Planet for PlayStation 4. All right.
Little
That
Big Planet's on PlayStation 4. It'd just be that Little Big Planet stuff that they announced like 2 years ago and didn't do anything with.
They announced that last E3. It feels like 2 years
Was
ago.
that last year?
Yeah.
I thought that was like at GDC last year.
No,
Maybe it was
that
at Gamescom.
It might have been at Gamescom, but that would have been after E3.
Yeah.
It feels like forever ago because they haven't said anything about it.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out last December.
Yeah.
Nothing
I could see
happened.
that being changed into like an actual Little Big Planet for PS4 though.
Yeah, it'd just be like a free-to-play game. Hey, you play Little Big Planet and just download all our stupid costumes for DLC.
Yeah,
for
and
money.
you
That's
can
how we get paid.
do microtransactions for like build packs. And
Little
stuff.
Big Planet 3 came out?
No, Scott. I just tried to talk with beer in my mouth. I don't know why.
Why are we talking about Little Big Planet 4?
Well, it says Little Big Planet for PS4.
Oh, okay. You abbreviated that to Little Big Planet 4.
Oh.
I
Or I might have cut out for you because everybody's cutting out. Mark Riffis, who's watching us live right now in the comments, says Crash Bandicoot will not happen, but I'd love to see it. And he says, anyone think Kevin Spacey will make an appearance at the Microsoft press conference? I hope so.
He probably will because he's with Call of Duty now.
I know, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just saying I
He's
hope
with them.
someone.
He's going. No, it's not going to be Kevin
He's one of
Spacey
them.
who shows up. It's going to be Frank Underwood who shows up at the Microsoft press conference.
And he reveals that Frank
Exactly.
Underwood actually is the character in Modern Warfare or Advanced Warfare. Somewhere Greg is rolling his eyes that I'm excited at Kevin Spacey possibly showing up at a video game press event. Fuck you, Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Greg Blaney don't know shit.
Yeah, no, that's
what we
fact.
say.
Okay, I have one really out there prediction for both Ubisoft and Xbox right now,
Okay.
and that would be a return of Matt and Trey to the stage to announce that Stick of Truth is coming to Xbox One.
That would be... Yeah, I can't see that happening.
I don't see it happening.
Like,
But
if it was happening, it would just happen. I hope they need to be on stage and say that because it wouldn't be
Yeah.
that much of an upgrade, especially
Yeah.
visually.
Yeah, for sure.
You come out on stage for 2 seconds, announce it, and then walk off.
exactly.
Make a couple of dumb quips to one another, and then leave.
His refrigerator line was good, you know it.
It was good. No, I'm with you. All right, let's move on to our predictions. Brian, do you want to kick us off again? Anything you got cooking for Sony? What do you think is going to happen?
Man, there's so many rumors out there for what Sony's going to do. I think that we're going to hear a lot about PlayStation Now. A rumor just today is that it's going to enter a public beta in the summer rather than an official launch, which makes me a little worried because wasn't PlayStation Home in public beta for like 7 years?
It's still in public beta, I'm pretty sure. I
And
know it's not. Oh, it is?
I think
Okay.
we're going to see Uncharted.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's a given.
Yeah,
Although,
Uncharted, totally.
is it? Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see a cinematic trailer. I don't think we're going to get gameplay. I think that if everything that had happened earlier this year hadn't happened, then we probably would have gotten a gameplay trailer, but I think that we get some kind of cinematic trailer.
Here's a question for you: do you think Drake is going to be in the game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not
You're
even
on
a
the
question.
you're on
Probably
the
the
pro
new
Drake
Sony.
bandwagon.
I'm pro Drake.
Okay,
pro
let's
Lena,
say it differently.
pro
Do
Sully.
you think he's going to star in the game? Do you think he's going to troll Drake through the entire game?
Yeah. No, well, not for the entire. You know what? That's a good question.
Like,
So there's been rumors. There's been
I've
rumors
heard
that,
rumors. I
it
heard-
might be
Yeah, I heard.
you could play
I heard
as
that,
Francis
oh,
Drake or something, but
Yeah, like I've been hearing stuff like not hearing stuff, but I've heard like maybe on podcasts or whatever, like Drake would probably be like the Sully quote unquote of that game.
See,
So, like,
this is
he'd be
what we
the
were
whole-
talking about.
Or was that we were talking about?
We-
I can't
we- we
remember.
talked about
that
this.
was us
We
that
talked
was
about
talking
that, yeah.
We were like, I want to play as Drake's son and have Drake become the Sully of this game because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Drake's son played by Troy Baker.
Yes, because he would be the only choice, and then we could finally see Nolan North and Troy Baker interact with one another on the screen. And it would be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would. Now that you've said Troy Baker, I'm like, for some odd reason, more convinced that has to happen.
Well,
Because I really wanted to.
Someone has to replace what's his name who left to go work with Amy Hennig on the Star Wars game for Visceral.
True. Yeah.
I mean, wait, which Star Wars game?
The one that. Don't worry about it, Evan.
The one that's not gonna happen.
The one that the person who wrote Uncharted is now writing.
Whatever.
But. Yeah, no. What else, Brian?
I think that we're going to get a release date for The Order 1886, and I think it'll be this year.
I agree.
A lot of people don't think it's going to be this year. I think it's going to be this year.
I think that's silly.
they don't have enough coming out this fall other than Drive Club.
Cool.
To
Big
really
push there
count.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just put out all of the E3 previews for Drive Club today on a bunch of sites. So
Yep.
I think we're going to hear a lot about that. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something from Media Molecule on stage.
Yeah.
Whether it's a final game or another like proof of concept. This is what we're doing with the PlayStation camera and the Move controllers and all this sculpting stuff that they had at the PS4 event. I don't know, but they need to show something. It's been 3 years now since Little Big Planet 2 came out.
1 year since Tearaway, though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, but that was a really small part of their team that did that.
It's true.
It was like 25 people who worked on that game, and they have a studio of over 100 now.
PS4 for a very long time. So
yeah. Let's see. What else was I gonna think of?
What was I?
This is the problem of like thinking off the cuff, and just. I think we hear, even though we don't want to hear about entertainment stuff. I think that we get like solid news about the PlayStation and Sony television service, streaming service that they talked about back at CES.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get a date for HBO Go coming to PS4. Please make that happen.
Yes, please. It's on PS3. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. All right. That's all I'll say for now, and I'll comment on other people's stuff.
I think that Sony does not give the Vita any love. They continue that train going. I think minimum love.
Not at all.
Like they'll say some things. They'll continue on the train of like all those indie games that they announce are some of them are also coming to Vita. But I'm gonna
remote play.
Yeah, remote play is cool. We're making it better or something like that. You can PlayStation Now on your Vita. So why would you ever buy a Vita game because no one's making any? Something like that.
It seems like if they're going to say anything for the Vita, they'll do it at the Europe conference. They've been doing that for the last couple of years now.
Gamescom is big on Vita. It's been 2 years now, and they still haven't really dedicated a huge chunk of their press conference to Vita. And I just don't think it's going to happen. This is not the year that's going to change. I think I haven't heard any like big reports that the Vita Slim has been selling like hotcakes. Borderlands got a huge disappointed reception. I just see them kind of saying that. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's a hard game to port to a portable. That's the reality of it. And I don't see them giving the Vita a lot of love. On the just general front, I think they do okay. I've said this before. I'm not like Sony is not the press conference I am in bated breath of because I feel like we're not going to get a lot of the surprises. I just don't see it happening. Because we got Kingdom Hearts 3 last year and Final Fantasy 15 last year, and that was big for like me and Nobshin, and we're excited about that. But
both games
and Scott, both games of course, and it's just like I can see them showing both of those games again. So gameplay demo of Final Fantasy 15, teaser of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Do you?
I do.
Mm.
I mean, it's fucking predictions, man. It's not like
Yeah, I know.
I'm setting in stone, but I see them showing both of those games again. I kind of like how Brian was saying with Microsoft, like they show those games that they showed last year, like Witcher 3. I think Witcher 3 shows up on Sony stage. I think
I
they
can
show,
totally see that.
I think they show off Deep Down, and say it's coming to the United States. I think they show off Project Beast. Very teaser. I don't think that game comes out this year, so I think they show off Last of Us PS4, but they do like a short showing. They just like maybe show a trailer of it. I think they show off Kingdom Hearts 2.5 because they wouldn't show that off at. It's the only place that they could show it on a stage, really. That Square Enix can.
You think they'll spend any time on PS3 on that conference?
Well, here's the thing: if that Square Enix is not going to have that much time.
Yeah, I mean, like my thing is like I think they're going to show some kind of montage thing for PS3, and Kingdom Hearts 2.5 will be a part of that.
They love their montages.
They do, and maybe a release date for 2.5 will be in that montage. If not, it'll be announced somewhere on the show.
No, because it's not even out. They don't even fucking release date in Japan yet.
I think they'll announce both. Because why not? Because like that game is coming out in Japan before Tokyo Game Show, so that's not the place to announce it. And I think they'll at least say September, or something like that, or October, or something along those lines. And they'll be like August for Japan, November for United States. As far as like Kingdom Hearts 2.5, again, if that's shoved into a montage, I can see no date being shown for that. And I think they'll show off Uncharted, but I agree with Brian. It's not going to be much. But like, I don't know what else they would show. I feel like they don't have like a lot of third parties to pull from, like big third parties that I know are getting supported on PlayStation.
I think Ubisoft is the one that because they brought 2 games to the stage every year for the last 3 years.
True. I mean, I can see them doing Far Cry 4 because they are right after the Ubisoft press conference.
I think we'll get Destiny on stage.
Destiny's actually a good one as well.
Batman will probably be on stage.
I don't know if Batman will be on
baseless
Sony's
prediction?
stage. I could see them be on Microsoft. But yeah, Scott, give me the baseless.
This year, there's not going to be any repeated games.
Yeah, that's not
All
gonna
new. Everything is new. Every single thing is new.
No. They're not going to be. They're not going to be repeated from one conference to the next.
Oh, okay. You know what? That is partially likely. I think it's unlikely mostly, but it could happen.
No, Assassin's Creed on the show on that
Yeah,
stage.
Assassin's Creed's going to be on Ubisoft and Sony though.
Right, watch this at Ubi, and then watch the rest of it at Sony.
Yeah, they'll do that. Or EA might even do something, because they did stuff like that with Dead Space at one point, and I know EA's been flip-flopping between Sony and Microsoft pretty much on a yearly basis, but I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of generally. I feel like Sony has some games that we know exist. They're gonna show off, and we're gonna be like, oh, those games look really good, and that's it. You know.
Well, what about the indie games, man?
I don't see them doing as big a push as they did this year. I see them doing.
You don't see Ghost Simulator being on stage, or even No Man's Sky.
I see them if they pulled No Man's Sky, I would be okay with that. But I feel like they're not going to do the big 6 indie games. Like, here are 6 dedicated indie games. I feel like they might pull 1 or 2. And then maybe show a montage again. Because they announced those 10 games, or so many games. And I could say, like, we announced some of these earlier this year, and here's a show of some of the indie development happening on PlayStation 4. And Adam Boyes, like, snaps his fingers, and then, like, a montage trailer shows, and it shows all, like, Spelunky on PS4.
It is all about the montage.
And then, like, all those awesome new indie games.
The one indie game that would come on stage, I think, if they pulled anything, would be they get the first, like, live gameplay of The Witness, which would be really weird because that's not a game that works well at a press conference.
See, I would say if the one game wouldn't be The Witness for me, it'd be what an option said, No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
What about this? Like, I could see, like, for, like, a situation, this is a kind of a hypothetical, but I can also see it happening. Like, who's the people make on home?
Hello Games.
Fulbright.
Why did I say Hello Games? That's
Hello Games. How are you?
No Man's Sky. There you go.
But yeah, I can see them coming out on stage saying like, "Oh, it's coming out for PS4 because it's gone home. Sony's been a good supporter for us, and here's our new game, exclusively on the PlayStation 4 and PC."
Yeah.
I'll whisper PC after that, but
Yeah, totally. No, I could see that as well. Fulbright is they're in bed with Sony because Gone Home is coming to PS4 at some point this year. So yeah.
Oh, I just thought of the Microsoft stick it to Sony like they did having Ted Price and Insomniac come out last year. Is they bring out Amy Hennig and they show off the first teaser of the Visceral Star Wars game.
See, I would see that happening at EA is the problem. More than I'd see it happening at Microsoft because EA's like, we've got 10 games we're showing or whatever number they pulled out this year. And they already said Battlefront's going to be at their demo or at their press conference. So
I want a Battlefield Bad Company 3.
not going to happen.
No.
This is their fucking shooter for this year, though. That's
Medal of Honor.
the thing.
I think it's a Medal of Honor game.
No, Medal of Honor is dead. They killed that shit last year. They thought
I know they killed it, but I still think they're gonna be like, we're trying again.
Nah.
I want to believe.
Skip this year?
No. I think I think maybe they'll push out Battlefront this year and force that out. Have a 2-year development cycle for that game.
Oof. No, thank you.
Which would suck, yes, but look what they did with fucking Battlefield 4. And, as much bad press as it got, it still sold exceptionally well. That's the reality of it.
It's not on the MPD this month, so.
There you go. But, anything else, Nabshin, for Sony?
They gotta bring the Japanese. As far as, like, what can
That's why I'm
be
saying they
shown,
got the big Square Enix push.
I mean, that's true, but
Project
like
Beast.
if anything, I could see them. If they're gonna show something from Square Enix, it's definitely gonna be Final Fantasy 15. I don't see Kingdom Hearts being there. That's just way too soon, if you ask me.
I think they would do.
Well, and
a
here's the
teaser.
other thing. Here's the other thing. There's a. Do you know what Final Fantasy Type 0 is?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
You
worry.
want it?
No.
No.
I
want
could
it.
care less about that game.
Yeah, it's a PSP game.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's my thing, is, like, they show a teaser for Kingdom Hearts, they show gameplay of Final Fantasy. Like, just to
Yes.
kind of retouch on that. Like, they're not going to show anything gameplay-wise of Kingdom Hearts, but, like, they haven't shown any story content of that game, and I think E3 is big enough for them to show it, because they'll definitely show something to TGS, and I think Sony can milk that Square Enix love, that please be excited for E3 love for a little bit of teasing of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I mean, like, from what I see, all I see is like them probably doing like a live gameplay of Final Fantasy 15. They won't say a release date because they're dumb. And then
'Cause
like
they're
prior to
Square
TGS, yeah, and prior to TGS is when they'll actually announce the release date, at least for Japan.
Yeah,
And
they'll
then,
say
like,
summer
well,
2015 for Japan, or something like that.
Yeah, and I could see I could see maybe before I could see Japan by the end of the year and like the US right before E3 of next year, maybe somewhere
Maybe.
around that time. That's where
Maybe.
Final Fantasy 13 came out.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, I feel like that game is still a ways out. Like that's a.
I mean, I'm with you with that, but like if any game's gonna come out first, it's gonna be that game, and that game needs to come out somewhat soon. It's gonna be next year, definitely. It's definitely not gonna be this year, but it will have to be like I'd say before the E3 next year.
Mark Griffiths in the chat is saying he thinks Drake will be the main character of Uncharted 4, and Troy Baker will be the villain. He thinks that, which would be great.
Yes, it would.
He says that
It's the
PlanetSide.
Last of Us in reverse. Oh wait, that's actually the way it's supposed to be. What? Never mind.
He said, add PlanetSide 2 PS4 gameplay and release date to my predictions. Which I won't add now that I've said that. And he says, Battlefield Bad Company 3 will happen before we see a new Medal of Honor, and I still disagree with that. I don't know. I just I feel like Medal of Honor is like this weird thing that they're just gonna keep beating, even though it's very much dead.
I bet we're gonna see some new Call of Duty.
I'm sure Call of Duty would be on Microsoft stage.
On Microsoft
Wouldn't be
stage.
fucking crazy if Call of Duty showed up on Sony's stage. That'd be the dumbest thing ever.
We got Call of Duty, guys.
It would just not happen. Evan, Scott,
That'd
Tony.
be funny if it did.
It would be funny. I would laugh. Evan, Scott, Tony, do you have any Sony-related predictions?
Kingdom Hearts something or other, like you guys mentioned, is gonna be there.
No.
Okay. Scott, any more baseless predictions?
Baseless, specifically baseless.
If you have any legitimate predictions, I'd like to hear them as well, Scott.
We're not interested in Scott's legitimate predictions.
Okay, let's go legitimate.
Okay.
I think that the bandwagon of HD remixes is gonna go strong this year.
Oh, definitely.
Don't know from who.
Oh, totally.
Don't
yeah.
know from who, but it's gonna be strong on Sony's side.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if Grand Theft Auto 5, like if I'm wrong, it will be on Sony's stage, I feel, and they'll say, oh, Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming on the PlayStation 4. Look on that system or some shit, because they did that that kind of quote unquote deal last year with the headsets or whatever. So
Yeah.
I could see that maybe. If I'm wrong.
I just no way Persona 5 gets shown at Sony's stage. I just don't think.
Oh no way! That's TGS all the fucking way.
I think Persona 5 will be on the show floor in some capacity.
I
behind
don't even
closed
think
door.
that, dude.
I would say that.
If it'd be anywhere, maybe Gamescom, but
I would say
I
no.
don't
It's
see
coming.
it.
It's coming out so soon, like in December. Like I feel like they might push that because Atlas knows that Persona is the biggest like American thing that they've got going right now. So I could see that happening behind closed doors. But
For PS3 games behind closed door.
it's Atlas, man. They do weird shit all the time. But yeah, of the things on this list, I think we covered the more legitimate of the ones that you wrote down, Nobishin. New Quantic Dream game, I don't think will be there.
A trailer?
Not a trailer. I don't think it'll be there. It might, I just don't think so. All right.
Theory exclusive game?
Ninja Theory exclusive game? No, I doubt it. Heavenly Sword 2,
Heavenly Sword
not
2.
happening.
I just want another Enslaved. That's all I want.
Another Enslaved would be pretty awesome. That won't
Now you
happen
see
either.
what they're
A
gonna
second
do.
Son
They're
DLC?
gonna mesh the two
Or-
together.
I could see them doing Infamous DLC.
If it is, it's gonna be like I could already see it. It'll be the second ending where Cole is the bad guy and he's the beast, and then you're Delson, and he's like, oh, I have to defeat Cole for some reason.
Yep.
Because he's destroying the world.
Yep.
Guerrilla Games' new game that's an RPG that's been talked about for a while.
Yeah, actually, I could see that there because that's been in development forever.
Project Beat. Do you actually think that's a thing?
Nope.
You don't think Project Beat's a thing?
Project Beast. I thought you said Project BTX. I think Project Beast is a thing. I don't know if it'll be on a show floor or on a press conference stage. If it is, it's on Sony's. That'd be crazy, though. God, I would get so excited.
Kill Strain, the Siphon Filter rumor game.
Nope. It's not
Wipe
gonna
Out.
happen. Maybe.
I have some information that will probably show up.
All right. Wipeout.
God of War 4 trailer.
Maybe. I doubt it. But maybe.
Gran Turismo 6 PS4 remake.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
Rhyme.
Oh yeah, Rhyme, that game. Hopefully.
That-
it
that
showed really
Pico
well last
game.
year.
Yeah. More Project Morpheus stuff on the stage.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. I feel like Project Morpheus will be at E3, but I don't think it'll be on Sony's stage. I feel like they're just not
Yeah,
ready to push
I
that.
kind of hope it doesn't, but I feel like Sony's dumb enough to put it on the stage.
It might. PlayStation Now
See,
will be a big part of that show.
At least
definitely.
with Project Morpheus compared to Oculus, you can see what you're playing. So I could maybe see it being on stage in that respect.
Maybe.
What would they show for Destiny on the stage? Because Destiny's definitely going to be there again.
A new demo.
But like a demo of what though?
Some aspect of the multiplayer we haven't seen before.
Maybe what the whole game's about, because like You know,
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
supposed to be
say.
like some MMO type of thing, but we don't know actually know how we're paying for it. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I guess they might show that part off.
They
I
need
don't
to
know.
show some of the story at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Last of Us 2. You think they'll close out with Last of Us?
No.
No,
Last of Us 2 is not happening.
it's not happening.
They're not announcing it this year. They're not saying it. Anything. It'll happen. Last of Us 2 will happen. I can.
No, that game will never be made.
I can confidently say that, but they're not going to say anything this year because they're going to want to say, "Hey, Uncharted 4 is what we're working on."
And Naughty
I have a
Dog
feeling.
doesn't show anything until the VGAs anyway.
True. I could see them announce Last of Us 2 at VGAs totally, but it's too soon. They will want to sell Last of Us PS4 before they'll want to push Last of Us 2.
They never announce I should say they rarely ever announce a new game before their previous game comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right. Our last email is from Mark Griffiths. He's got some E3 predictions for us. He says, "Sorry, this email is weird or it has typos because he wrote it on his phone because his laptop's broken. So that's okay." He says, "Sony, the order gameplay and release date probably October." He says, "Any game showcase, Binding of Isaac, Witness, etc. Vita memory card price drop."
Oh, please, yes.
I hope so. The Last Guardian. I doubt this will actually happen, but I can dream. A large amount of time talking about PlayStation Now, Project Morpheus. Third-party content, Destiny, AC Unity, Final Fantasy 15. Uncharted 4, new Guerrilla IP, Project Beast. For Nintendo, he says, Wii U price drop, Zelda Wii U, new Metroid, new 3DS Mario game, some kind of virtual console announcement, X gameplay and release window. Microsoft, he says, Halo 5 gameplay. I don't think that game gets gameplay, personally.
I think it will.
I think it gets a trailer of some kind that might involve gameplay, but I don't think it's like a live.
Well,
demo.
then again, that game probably gonna come out like late next year.
That's a fall next year game.
God damn, yeah.
If it came out next spring, that would be crazy.
Alright. Wait, I had a thought about this.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
You're fine.
So like the Halo TV show, do you think they're gonna do something like kind of the way the Defiance did? It's like like next week's show is gonna be completely different. They're trying to do like something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, oh, we're having this multiplayer match, so you tell us how this war is going to turn out, and then the TV show's going to like reflect something like that from Halo.
Why are you saying this out loud? Because now it's more possible.
They tried doing that with that Defiance show on Sci-Fi, and it failed spectacularly.
I hope not.
I mean, because the only reason I can see that working is because it's on. It's on. You can only watch it on an Xbox system, so you know it's just kind of a thing that I don't know that they're probably trying to go for, and like you can even kind of see like even like Quantum Break kind of going for that as well. So I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, but like the Quantum Break thing is like the whole TV show. That part of that is on the disc. So it says Gears of War teaser, no gameplay. I don't even see that game getting teased.
Not even possible.
TV talk, Halo TV show and more. Crackdown 3, new Forza. Third-party stuff, he says Visceral Star Wars game, Star Wars Battlefront 3 gameplay and release window, Mass Effect 4 teaser. I can totally see that happening. It's time. An option. It's time for us to be sad. New sports games, obviously. Rainbow Six, new Splinter Cell, Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, maybe gameplay. I don't see gameplay, but I see a trailer. Fallout 4 is his wish list here. I don't think these will show up. Persona 5, a new Fire Emblem, and a new XCOM.
Fire Emblem Cross, sure, gonna be Tensei.
Yeah, I could see them say something about that, but like, I don't know. That game, I feel like they'll say something in Japan about that game before they'll say something in the U.S. All right, let's talk about Nintendo. Nintendo's the wild card because Nintendo's really good at keeping secrets, as the final boss man will tell you. And that is my favorite aspect of Nintendo. They always surprise me in some capacity, whether it be good or bad. Whether it be a drummer on stage or not. I'll kick it off. I'll say the Wii U Zelda, the real one, will be teased. I think it's ridiculous.
I hope so.
Because
they showed us that demo teaser, and it was so good.
Like, just like they've said, like, hey, we have graphic power now, so we can make particle effects in your Zelda game. And I think they're gonna tease it. Like, it's gonna be minimal, maybe a trailer, probably an image, something really depressing like that. The game is probably not coming out in 2015 because Nintendo
Oh,
just
it better
delays
come out in 2015.
It better come out in 2015. I agree with you, but I think it's ridiculous that people think that the game isn't going to get teased or even mentioned this year.
I mean, think about it. Like, Skyward Sword got teased by that stupid picture that they had that one year. Then the next year they showed the demo, which didn't demo well, and then the game released at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, like they'll say something. They'll be like, "Hey, this is the title or whatever," or the next Legend of Zelda, and they'll show something like the initial Twilight Princess trailer when it was just called The Legend of Zelda, where it was like all the monsters coming over the hill, and Link just going whoosh whoosh whoosh, and then putting his sword away. Something. We'll get something. It's coming in 2015, or they'll say it's coming in 2015. Although I could see it coming early 2016. Hopefully it won't. And I don't think Nintendo reveals any new IP. I think if they were going to do that, they would have done it. I think they're going to show us returning IPs, and here's hoping. This is my dream of an F-Zero game for the 3DS with online multiplayer. Because if they're going to make an F-Zero game, they're going to put it out on the system that'll sell it more, because there's already not many Wii U's out there. So
When you say new IP, you mean like a wholly new property, or maybe they're still using NFC and maybe use a character?
No, I'm talking about like a wholly new property.
Okay.
They're not going to announce a new franchise that they're going to make into one of your darling Nintendo franchises. They're not going to pull out Chibi Robo or something like that. No, that's just not going to happen.
Was that their last new IP?
That's the one I can think of. So maybe I don't know. It's like everything that you're like, oh, is this a new IP from Nintendo? No, it's just something they brought back from the SNES era, like Pilot Wings and Steel Diver. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think they're going to announce a Metroid game. I think they're going to announce a Star Fox game, and hopefully they'll announce an F-Zero game, because me and Scott are hoping. We're pulling for it.
It's gotta happen.
I think a Metroid game for the 3DS is like
I think that's the only racing game that I've ever stuck around to like.
Yeah.
I did Gran Turismo for a little bit, but then I was like, no.
Me too. Like
I
don't
can
like
get
racing
behind
games.
Mario Kart for all of 3 to 4 matches, then I'm done.
F-Zero
sorry.
GX
I'm
was
sorry.
so good, though. Like, fuck
It
the
was.
haters. I played that game for like 14 and a half hours, and I hate racing games. Except for Mario Kart, of course. But yeah, I think Metroid for the 3DS is the only pretty much shoo-in. Maybe they'll do it for Wii U, but I think 3DS just makes more sense for that franchise. And yeah, Star Fox.
Other M was the last game they made of Metroid?
Other M.
That was the last Metroid game?
That was the last Metroid game.
Okay. Oh.
They left us off on a bad note.
Yeah. But like, I don't know about this Wii U virtual GameCube virtual console thing. I don't think that's gonna happen.
You want to read it off so they know what you're talking about?
Like, there's a rumor that Nintendo is going to announce GameCube virtual console games for the Wii U, and those games would
I
include
could believe it.
Melee, F-Zero GX, Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Kart Double Dash.
I mean, they don't even got fucking N64 games on the Wii U yet, so I don't think so either.
I don't.
That'd be the pipe dream. That'd be like that would be the dream.
I think they're gonna make a lot of great moves on 3DS at their digital event. I think they're gonna finally say Game Boy Advance games are coming to 3DS. I think they're gonna say Super NES games are coming to 3DS. I can see them doing two right things with that, but I just don't see them making sense on Wii U because they never have, and like I have not put faith in them up until this point. And I'm not gonna start now, but I think they'll show us some good games. That X game is going to be shown. They'll show Hyrule Warriors, which I think will look pretty good, as good as it can. They'll show Bayonetta 2, which Nabashin will lose his shit over because it looks awesome.
I just need a release thing.
I think they're going to show a cheaper version of the Wii U. I think they're going to do a Wii U Slim type thing, because at this point they have to. It'll be $250 or $200. I could see them pushing it, even though it would be crazy. But I think, with Microsoft pulling this move out, Nintendo may be inspired. Maybe.
That'd be kind of weird to do that right after they just announced this Mario Kart bundle, but they kind of have to.
Yeah, it's so necessary at this point. Like, sell Wii U's, like, cut the price by however much you can and sell them.
You don't see them do that, like, later on in the year? Because they've done that before. Like,
they could do it, like, just before holidays, but, like, I feel like a price cut early in the year looks better than a price cut just before the holidays. I don't know, just like to investors. Because like if you're price cutting right before holidays and right before a push, it's like, oh, well, great, we can cut our expectations in half for these holiday sales. But if you're price cutting like out of that mindset, then maybe it'll look better. I think that's why Microsoft did it as early as they could. So, and then they've just gotten out of their fiscal year, so I think now is the time. Announce it at E3. Say, here's a price cut, and here are like 3 Wii U exclusives, like X, Hyrule Warriors, and something else, and buy a Wii U, please. So, what about you, Nabishin? What do you think?
I think like for most of their games that like any games that we know about like right now they're just gonna announce like, hey, they are definitely coming out this year, like no matter what. Like Smash Bros is coming out this year. X, even though we haven't seen jack shit pretty much from that game, is gonna come out this year. Bayonetta is coming out this year. Just let people know that, hey, these mainstays are coming out this year. Plus, they gotta announce some new games for the 3DS since they haven't really announced anything for that later in this year. So I could see what you said with a Metroid game actually coming out at the end of the year. But as far as like the future, it's like where they're going afterwards. Like obviously they're going to announce the Zelda game, but that's not going to come out like anytime soon. Like maybe like a year from now, if that game's going to come out. But like for something for like January or through March or something like that, they have to announce something for that. Maybe it'll be Mario Party U or a Star Fox game. I don't know. There's something that's got to fill that slot. I just don't know what it's going to be for the Wii U.
Yeah, I can see them do Mario Party. Makes sense.
But why would you do a Mario Party when you already have Wii Party U? So that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, but
Sorta.
People don't know the Wii Party U brand because it isn't a brand.
It's the brand that got you another controller.
I don't know, man. I don't. It's like...
You got kicked out.
I thought it was
Talking
just
too
me
long.
for a second.
This is nothing new. This has happened
We've been
before.
talking way too long. Alex talks for a whole show, right?
I was just ripping on Alex the second he leaves.
Yep.
I accidentally hit the X button. That's all that happens.
Evan was making fun of you the entire time.
Was not.
Sure he was. I deserved it. Anyway, Brian, what about you? Do you have any Nintendo-related predictions?
I have no Nintendo-related predictions because I'm so tuned out of Nintendo at this point.
Yeah.
I do want a Wii U, and I want a 3DS. I'm in the camp where I can't afford all these game consoles that I'd love to have right now. But there's no reason for me to have a Wii U right now, so... until Smash Brothers comes out and Mario Kart, obviously that's a little closer. But I don't know if there's anything that Nintendo can do at E3 this year that will really entice me.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I gotcha.
Call of Duty on the Wii U?
They did that last time.
I know. More of it.
That's not even happening this year.
Scott, any thoughts? Nintendo thoughts?
Let's see.
Then we'll
Baseless and actual predictions.
I think we went over this already, and you covered both of ours. I think we went over this already, and you covered both of ours.
Okay, what were they?
Zero.
F-Zero, the Zelda thing, not goddamn Dynasty Zelda.
Dynasty Zelda?
Legend of Dynasty?
It would be Legend of Warriors.
I know, but I like Legend of
Man,
Dynasty.
fuck
better.
that Zelda guy anyway.
Yeah,
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
fuck
on
that
now.
Zelda guy.
that was the joke.
Sheik.
That
Yeah.
was the joke.
Don't feed into
Sheik
it.
is a dude.
Sheik is a girl that looks like a dude.
They say it was he in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, because they didn't know. That's the
Sure.
whole point. It was a disguise.
He just transferred into Miranda.
When
Never let it live down.
Nabishin, what happens there is both Link and Navi think it's a guy, and Navi's doing the talking.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what happens there.
That's the fact. So, any other predictions, Evan, Tony?
No.
Nintendo related, other than constructing additional pylons.
Nope. That's it.
All right. I just wrote a couple.
Any new hardware, bro?
I already said Wii U Slim.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Okay.
I just wrote a couple other things down. For me, I said EA Star Wars Battlefront is probably going to look pretty good. I'll think it looks pretty good. And for Ubisoft, Far Cry 4 is going to have us all drooling. I think it's going to show really well. Don't necessarily mean it's going to be a great game, but I think it's going to show really well, especially on PS4. And I think they're going to continue with the tradition of ending with a showstopper, and this time I think it could be a redone Rainbow Six Patriots, as Silver PR stole from me, but I could also see it being Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, I think that'll be the show closer.
Because it's time. It is time. They've very much said that game is still happening on several occasions, up until the point like last month on Cell, whatever his face is, held up like new concept art from the game to like on a Twitch live stream or something. So
yeah, he did.
I think.
What if they just dropped the mic and said Splinter Cell Next Gen?
Splinter Cell Next Gen.
Yeah,
I would love to see it.
No, I would prefer them to say Splinter Cell and drop the mic.
Current gen, real gen. PlayStation 4 is happening. It is real gen, current gen.
Nah, I doubt it though. I don't think there's going to be any announcement about any PlayStation 4s this year.
Totally not.
Nah, that's probably next year. We'll get to next gen systems.
But yeah, I definitely see them closing with Beyond Good and Evil 2 because like as good as the Ubisoft is like, you know, like another new IP. Like after like they just did the Division, they did Watch Out the year before that, so it was like another new IP is kind of like asking a lot for a company. So I would think they will like do something that everybody wanted, and it'll be like, yeah, that'll be it, and that'll be the ending for that.
Yeah. It'd be a crowd pleaser. So.
Yeah.
So do we get at EA's conference? Do we get a
Mirror's Edge?
Oh, Mirror's Edge.
I think so. I mean, they teased it last year.
Gameplay at least, but they flat out said that game's not going to be ready till it's ready, and because of Battlefield 4, that game got kind of delayed because everybody was working on the fixed Battlefield 4 more than
And now they're working on Battlefront.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I could see them pushing Battlefront out this year. I hope not. I hope they take their time with it. But
And EA announces the Mass Effect 3 trilogy because I want that.
Yeah.
On PS4.
Yep, I can see that happening. EA says what the next Mass Effect game is, but it's very minimal information.
Anybody interested in Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor?
I am so excited for that game. I was gonna tweet
You never
that
talk
earlier.
about it, so I wouldn't know.
I know, cause like every time like I see something about it, it's never on a day we record, so I always forget. But yeah, Shadows of Middle Earth looks really cool. I think it looks cool. They put out a new.
I don't know anything about it.
It's like a weird. Takes place during the initial war with Sauron, and you play a guy who gets possessed by a ring wraith, essentially. And he gets super ring wraith powers, and he's running around Mordor fucking shit up. So I'm like, all right.
Warner Brothers has like the most underrated big time lineup at E3 this year that no one's talking about.
Yeah, Batman looks real good. I'm just letting you know, Brian. I know you're not gonna watch that trailer, but it looks real good.
I know. I'm trying so hard to stay media free on that thing.
Yeah.
Dishonored 2, you think that's going to be announced?
I hope so. I think they can do a lot better with the sequel to that series. So.
Anyways.
Deus Ex Universe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Cyberpunk 2077?
No, that game doesn't get any information until after Witcher 3's out. Because that game is like barely in development because Witcher 3 is taking all of that team's time.
Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth?
Yeah, I think that'll be at E3. I don't think it's going to be at any press conference. And we'll get demos about it, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm really excited for this game.
Tales of the Borderlands?
Yeah, I think we'll actually see something about that game.
Not that anybody cares. Game of Thrones?
I don't think we'll see anything about that game.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I care, but...
Half-Life 3?
Nope. Shut up.
Nope.
That's Sony's one last thing. They're just like, and Half-Life 3 PS4 exclusive. Drop all the microphones. Like, what? It's not even coming out on PC. What is happening?
Just Gabe comes on stage with the other guy. They say sin and drop the mic at the same time. Walk off the stage.
If that's a baseless prediction, if that's not a baseless prediction, I'll
Someone darts out of the corner, picks up one of the mics, and says, "Not happening."
We'll take that.
All right, I think we're done, bro.
All right.
Anyway,
that is...
I forgot a baseless prediction.
Oh, okay. What is it?
All right, the guys behind Beyond Two Souls go and make Beyond. Sorry. What is that game called?
I thought it was saying Beyond Sorry with the title.
Beyond. Sorry.
No.
We're beyond sorry.
Ah, goddamn.
Uh,
Hate you guys.
love you too.
This is the third time I've forgotten this one.
Beyond One Soul. All right. Well, Scott can't even remember his baseless prediction, so we're gonna go into our second break.
There we go. There we go. It is
What?
Beyond Two Souls. The guys who made that are going to announce Beyond Three Souls, except for it's going to feature 6 main characters. So, see, now the title's confusing you, but this time the story's not.
With that, that is the Irrational Passions 2014 E3 predictions. Thank you guys so much for listening. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have one last voicemail, second half of Silver PR's voicemail, and we're going to throw it out. So we will be back in just a little bit, guys.
Choo, choo, choo.
Bye.
This is an extra long podcast for you, Brian.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking mega long.
All right.
All right.
Does anybody have to pee? Does anybody have to do anything?
I'm gonna go get some water real
let's get
quick.
this over with.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Getting way too long.
Go get your water.
God, I've been
No,
I'm
doing
good.
it like
I'm
a
good.
year, and now
You're
he's
good?
like
All right.
the man
I'm
who
good.
showed it in.
I know. Evan is like, as soon as he shows up for a podcast. That's
I'm
a good
just-
discussion, though.
It was. It got kind of boring.
Wow. Thanks, Evan.
And then talking about Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry.
But Assassin's Creed is so terrible.
No, it's not. You're
It is.
terrible, Tony.
Hold on.
Assassin's Creed is a pretty shitty game.
No, it's not.
Creed's fine. Shut up, Tony.
He'll give you more of a tip. He says Assassin's Creed is good.
There you go.
Next time, $3. $3. $3.
Mark Griffiths posted this really racist comment saying, "Why do Asian people always carry around large bills?" And he's like, "I see this one Asian guy at my market that always carries around a 50-pound bill and only 50-pound bills." I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on a
Weird.
second. I'm having trouble logging into the email, so... Well, that time it works. Thanks. And 2 things. There we go. Open. Hey guys, we are back. We have one last voicemail for you from our good friend Silver PR, and then we will start to roll this out. We promise. But thank you to Silver PR, Mark Griffiths, and Harold Price for your E3 predictions. We very much appreciate it. And thank you to Mark Griffiths for watching until 5 in the morning UK time. I also
You
appreciate
crazy
that.
man.
You crazy man. You nasty man.
Oh yeah. And to
Yeah,
answer
I
your
wasn't
question
gonna go
about
there.
Bravely Default
Okay.
earlier,
Yeah?
the answer is sort of.
Alright.
I'm
Definitive
not
answer.
done yet. I'm not done yet.
You
The
should have
demo
ended it
itself-
there, because that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
The demo itself is a decent demonstration of the combat alone.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't see any boss fights or anything. As well as there's no tutorial in here to tell you what this system is, so there's a lot of stuff that you probably just don't know about. And I don't even think that special moves are in this.
There you go. Alright. On to our voicemail. Silver PR's ramblings, as per usual.
Yeah, they're not
How's
in
it going,
this.
Irrational Passion Crew? So PR here. Thanks, guys, for giving you 5 minutes of your time with E3 predictions 2014. I just want to be quick about this. The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 3, amazing episode. Really freaking enjoy it. On the PS3, felt that it ran more smoothly and less glitchy, although the loading times were killer, and I felt like the loadings were longer than past episodes from this season and prior to that one. Uh, Looking forward for the next episode, and looking forward for the Wolf Among Us episode 4 that it's coming by the time this episode is gonna be uh, published. So yeah. But let's go to my only tangent that I want to get to this week. It's about Microsoft and the whole changes of their price SKU services, vision, whatever you want to call it.
Vision.
We have to give credit to Microsoft. They're trying to change things in less time that Sony took them to change things when the PS3 came out.
True.
I think that, in my opinion, the sales numbers from the MPDs from March and Sony saying that they sold 7 million, but Microsoft shipped 3.5 million, and pretty much if the numbers from April tell,
Hello.
and that pretty much put DEFCON 5 on Microsoft, and making the whole changes of taking out the Kinect and everything. Whatever other developers are getting screwed, besides Harmonix, without taking the Kinect and separately and whatever. That's another subject for another day. But we have to give them credit that they're trying to make a lot of changes in less time than Sony did back in the PS3 days, just to try to turn the tide. Now, if they're gonna turn the tide now, I don't think in the next couple months they won't. We have all of this will be noticeable by the time holiday passes. We all know that console sales are not big around this time of the year or around the summer. They're pretty much back and down for the holidays. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And before I go, I just want to give you a quick question, and it's about what you guys are going to be doing on your lull time without making a podcast. Since Alex is going to be on some kind of vacation. By the way, Alex, have a good time out there.
Thank you.
What games are you planning to play? I'm planning to play Transistor, at least to buy it, but the thing is that I already spent my money on the renewal of the PlayStation Plus membership, so that money's out of the window, so I don't know. What you guys are planning to play or looking forward to, that is new releases or whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty much, guys. Have a fun one. COPR signing out, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, Silver PR, for your time. That's a good question.
I'll be playing the Wedding Crashers game.
Yes, the real life Wedding Crashers game. I'm really excited. We got a review code for Novice, and you're probably going to be the only one that recognizes this game. Hold on, let me pull up the title because I never remember it. Monster
So
Mom
am I.
Piece.
I have no idea what the game is.
It's like a Vita game. It looks really weird, and it involves like rubbing a lady's avatar viciously in order to get points.
What?
Sounds like she love you, but whatever.
It's weird. I'll send you a trailer, but I got a code for that activates
Sure.
on Tuesday, and I'll have my Vita with me. So I'm gonna be playing that, and of course Mario Kart 8, which comes out next Friday, and I could not be more excited. But yeah, we are not recording next week. So keep that in mind. What are you guys doing next week? What are you playing, Evan?
I want to try to play Thief a bit.
No, you won't.
I'm going to try to.
Please try to. I want to know what you have to say. It's still going to be creepy when you go back to it, though.
Yeah, I know.
Scott, what about you? Still going to be chucking away at Bravely Default?
Go back to Last of Us, maybe.
What are we talking about?
What are you going to be playing next week in your week
Oh.
off from the podcast?
Week off on the podcast?
Real decisive.
I'm gonna see what I can do about TV.
Okay.
You know that
do it.
TV down there?
Yeah. Get
And
Last
it's
of Us
not
going.
buying a new one.
Okay.
It's taking it apart and trying to fix it.
I could give that a shot, but the most I'd be able to do is hit it with a decompressed air. Compressed air, sorry.
Decompressed air where it all just explodes. What about you, Tony?
I don't even know what we're talking about right now.
You got
What are we
that-
gonna play during the week off?
Oh, I don't know. League of Legends.
Brian, what are you going to be playing in your week off from being on?
I'm going to be
Irrational
playing
Passions podcast?
slots and table games because I'm going to be in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that's right. Yeah,
But in the meantime, before then, I'll be playing some Transistor.
good man.
Oh, I know what I'll be playing.
What?
I'm going to be playing walking my ass to work every day again.
Walking? Oh, that sucks.
Yep, because I don't have a car anymore.
Mm.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
what?
Parents taking back their car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, it was a fun show. Thank you, everyone, to listen. I know this was a longer one, but we had to get our E3 predictions out when we could. And plus, we had a surprising amount of news to talk about. But if you'd like to be a part of the show, you can always contact us via email. The email address is mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. You can also leave us a voicemail at 404-590-1337.
It's likely.
Because it is.
Uh,
Standard long distance speeds do apply. You can follow each of us on Twitter. I am at AlFighter27, which spells just like it sounds. Evan is at StickerGlue.
Hey, that's me.
Scott is at What Chuz.
That's also
Tony
me.
is at Tony Horvath, all one word.
I run all of the Twitters.
Nabishin is at Nabishin186. That's Nabeshin 186. And our lovely guest is at James T. Skywalker, which is all one word as well.
Luke Skywalker, you are my son.
Okay. Some other stuff, please rate and review us on iTunes. It helps us out a lot. Don't forget to rate us on Stitcher as well, since we're new there. Follow the site at IrrationalPod for all updates on when stuff goes up on the website, when the podcast is live, when we're live on Twitch, etc., etc. And tell your friends, because word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. Brian, where can they hear and see more of you?
They can hear me
Everywhere.
more on the Region Free Gaming Podcast. That's rfgpodcast.wordpress.com. Yeah, we need a better link than that. And they can watch us over the Invisible Gamecast over at youtube.com/invisiblegamer.net, and the dot is spelled out D-O-T net.
That's also a great URL.
Oh yeah.
And where can they read your writing?
They can read my writing over at invisiblegamer.net, at sonyrumors.net, and at videogamewriters.com.
Yeah. Brian's cool. He clearly knows his shit, so check him out. This has been a lot of fun, Brian. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun being here.
Yeah, we will obviously get you on again someday.
Awesome.
And while you're on the internet, check out IrrationalPassions.com. It's the home of all of this garbage. And some awesome writing as well. Now, I said this before, but we are not recording next week. We are taking a week off because I'm going to be gone. Nobshin's going to be gone. And I don't trust Evan, Scott, and Tony, and Greg to rule a podcast.
Screw Greg.
Evan and Scott and I have done a podcast before.
Yes, it was an interesting thing, all right.
Remember when we did it just me and Scott?
Yeah, episode 3. Go check that out.
we have to bring this up every year.
I know, right?
That was directly Evan's fault.
Yeah. And then I showed up and talked to you guys afterwards, even though I had my tonsils removed and every word hurt me. But next week we will be putting out a Tales of Zillia spoiler cast to get you excited for Tales of Zillia 2, which comes out this year in August. And also there will be a Mario Kart 8 hype cast in video form coming out on Wednesday of next week to get you excited for all of the amazing Mario Kartness that will be available to you next Friday.
This Friday.
This coming Friday, yes, technically.
Yes.
But we are not closing out doing a closing topic because we've been going for a long fucking time. But thank you guys so much for
We
listening.
did it for you, Jared, you baby.
We did it for you, Jarrett. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for your opening and closing music of Two-Player Co-op and The World is Saved. We always appreciate it. Thank you to all of the listeners out there. Thank you to everyone who wrote in.
Love you, Jared.
Love you, Jarrett. Thank you to Jarrett for being awesome and having to deal with a racist WordPress. And Thank
We
you.
racist WordPress?
Don't worry about it. Thank you, Evan, Scott, Tony, and Nobishin, and a very special thank you to Brian for joining us. I've been Alex O'Neill. I've been your host this evening. Play your games. Stay rational. We will talk to you guys in a couple of weeks. All right. So, Brian, I want you to keep
before
recording.
you take us off air.
Yeah? Well, we're going to do this titles thing.
Oh yeah, that's not on air. I forget. I'm sorry.
That's on air. So,
Okay.
Brian, I'll tell you when to stop
You
recording.
didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish
don't
the
worry about it.
default thing.
Okay, what is it? Lay it
All
on
right.
me.
I told you that it's a decent representation of the battle system, and
All right.
it is. But the part that they give you of it is a very, very small thing that you kind of skip with auto battle through most of the game.
Okay.
The interesting part about the battle system is when you fight bosses, and then again, you don't really get that in this. You just don't. So
it's
it gives
not
you
entirely
it does give you a feel for it, but it gives you no reason to get into it. So yeah, I don't do demos, so I'm not gonna say if this is a good one or not, but that is what it is.
Okay. There you go, Mark Griffiths. All right, titles. Nobishin, Tony, whoever wants to read them, I don't care.
Tony.
All right. Once you get to the front of the hand, there's no going back. E-Packs, Scott and Tony versus the world. Tastes so good. Scott's hips don't lie. I haven't made her into a big girl. Wizro. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Absolute no.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that. NFC, not for children. The winter of Triple A's. It's all about the montage. For the interest of time. Beyond sorry. Luke Skywalker, you are my son. Racist WordPress and Bayonetta 2.
And Persona 5.
And
Even
Persona
though we
5.
mentioned both on the show.
Tony mentioned Persona. We're good.
Alright, so Brian, what we do here is we pick a title that we like, and then we put that at the beginning. Take a clip, put it at the beginning of the show, so people know the title when they go into the show.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
What do we like here? I like NFC Not for Children. I really like that.
That's pretty good.
I like the winner AAA and Scott's hips don't lie. I don't know why. That gets me.
Hi, they're honest hips. Scott didn't even know they talked until today.
They talk to everybody
Those
but
fucking
him.
bastards talk about me behind my back.
What do you like, Scott? What's your number one?
NFC and winner of Triple A's. The winter of Triple A's.
Okay. Evan, what about you?
NFC and the winner of AAA's.
Alright. Listen, you gotta pick one of the two. Both of you. 'Cause
Hey, the other people haven't even gone yet. Let them go.
Tony, what do you like?
Scott and Tony versus the world.
Of course.
I don't know. I might flop. If it gets enough votes, that's how I flop.
That's not how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be voting. It's a democracy. Nobishin. If you gotta pick one.
Well, what's Brian's?
Brian, if you had to pick one of these titles, who would you want?
Oh man, the winner of Triple A's is pretty good. I like NFC as well, but
Winner of AAA's sounds like it's
So
gonna
it's
take
either
it.
one of those two.
It's one of those two. Evan, Scott, you guys are gonna decide it. Do you like NFC or winner of AAA's more?
I'm trying to think of the trying to imagine
I know,
podcast
but
art
like
for this
every winter
episode.
is the winner of Triple A's.
But an NFC, not for children.
I'm trying to imagine the banner art for this.
Oh, it's gonna be good. I already
That's not why
know.
Scott hips don't lie, but I was just thinking about that, but never mind.
I already know what NFCs would be. So
I had to go with NFC.
all right,
NFC it is.
NFC it is. All right, so Brian, what I want you to do is say this sentence that I'm about to type out. Don't worry, it's not gross.
I like it in the butt.
That's all you gotta say. Sound good?
sure.
All right, who wants to say the title? Scott.
Tony.
All right, Tony.
What did we decide
Stop
on?
picking on Scott.
I don't know. Scott said it initially.
What did we decide on?
NFC, not for children.
Okay.
Actually, I did not say this.
No, Tony said that initially.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
know. They just
Yeah.
blur together. They're basically the same person.
This is fact.
Have you ever seen them in the same room at the same time?
Several times, but that doesn't change a damn thing.
I know. Okay, Tony, you ready?
Sure.
All right, Brian, kick us off. Say that sentence, and you are good to go.
This is Irrational Passions podcast episode 180.
NFC, not for children.
But Skylanders.
All right, you can stop recording. You
Stop
are
recording. I'll give it to you tonight, Alex. I'll work on it tonight. I'm going to bed. Good night. Goodbye.
done. All right, good night. Sleep well, man.
Good night,
Um,
everyone.
I need this. I said in the group thread, I need this by Friday night, please.
Okay.
Plus,
I will have it for you immediately.
Yeah, so Brian, just export it as an MP3 and share it with me on Google Drive or however, which way you mean to share it with me.
Sure.
And then you're all set.
Okay. Great.
It was a good show. Thank you for joining.